What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Boom, boom. Welcome to MMA Guru Radio. How's it going? Lamaldi's thumbnails, how's it going, dude? I don't know how you got in here before everyone else, CH15, but somehow you were able to see me going through thumbnails. I don't like that, and I don't know why it keeps doing it and allowing one person every time to see me go through thumbnails on the webcam. I really don't like that because I could be doing anything in those thumbnails, and you shouldn't be able to see. Kobe, yo, what's up? How's it going? Yo, Guru, how's it going, dude? It's me. It's your boy. Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, the MMA Guru here, guys. We're going to be reacting to the fucking UFC 252 weigh-ins here, guys. Sean O'Malley's pretty big for bantamweight here, guys. He's a pretty big guy. You know, he's actually terrifyingly tall for that division. I didn't realize it until now because I've always thought of Marlon Vera as a tall bantamweight. But turns out he's not that big whatsoever. And he's, in fact, extremely tiny compared to Sean O'Malley. In terms of height, anyway, of course, he's a little bit chunkier. But, you know, I'm just saying. I think that Sean O'Malley's going to beat Marlon Vera. You know what I also think after seeing Stipe Miocic at the weigh-ins and Daniel Cormier? Feeling pretty confident about that one as well. The one fight that I'm not feeling as confident in as I once was before is... I don't know. I actually don't know which one I'm not feeling confident about. I feel pretty good. DC looked so worried. I don't think he looked worried. He just looked like DC, which is just a worried-looking face in general, you know? Why the fuck are you so early? I'm not. How dare you say such a thing, you stupid little... We're going to try and dial it down. I told you Alan was going to fight Heinich. I told you as well. I said it, and then you said it, but I thought it before I'd even knew that I'd thought of it, you know? That sometimes happens with my brain. So, like, if you happen to do something before me, it never actually happened. It's just my brain... It keeps me human, my brain. And it works in that weird way. So if you ever think that you've outdone me in predicting something to happen that I said wasn't going to happen, it's because my brain knows the real answer. And it said, hang on a second, we need to keep this guy dumb. This guy being me over here. And then it dumbs me down and takes away the answer from me. So I knew it, though, of course. Guru, check Weasel Twitter. He responded to you. I'll check the Weasel's Twitter. Why not? Let's get straight into it. The Weasel Twitter. I'd be lying if I didn't say I already knew what he said. He tweeted out, do I actually sound like I'm small and not intimidating at all? You guys might be in for a surprise at 250k subs, I guess. I don't mind it. He said he's 5'11", but I thought I was pretty respectful to him. I don't know. I don't know how he reacted to it, but, you know, he didn't seem too upset about it. I don't think he is upset. But, yeah, it's cool. And then he also, here's one little telling sign. He tweeted again and said, imagine if I was actually small as fuck and no one gets surprised. It seems as though we're on to something, you know? But I don't think I went at him too hard, though. I actually don't think I went after the Weasel. I said he doesn't sound terrifying. Ngannou doesn't sound terrifying. Actually, Ngannou sounds serial killer-ish terrifying, so it's a different kind of thing. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I went that hard, but cool. Can't take it. He's a fucking bitch. I hate the Weasel. I'm joking. I don't mind him. But still, I bet O'Malley calls out Cruz if he wins because Cruz is going to be there. He could call out Cruz. I actually think he probably will call out Cruz as well because Cruz has been doing the interviews for Marlon Vera. He's around the scene. He'll probably be commentating as well, I'm assuming. So we'll see what goes on. We will see what goes on. Guru versus the Weasel. Guru gets so emotional, lol. I don't get emotional. Calm down, dude. DC spent 5 weeks of his camp spending time getting into shape. I heard that as well from Josh Thompson. And it seems as though that might be the case, judging by the weigh-ins that we just saw. Because DC, and how do I say this in the most respectful terms possible, tucked his belly into his trousers and created a hammock of fat below his belly button. And that's okay, but it's just not really the kind of sign I'm looking for, DC. It really isn't. I'd rather if DC was the lighter one in the octagon compared to the 6'4" behemoth in front of him. But in fact, Stipe's a lean, mean, eye poke avoiding machine. You know what I mean? Weasel just told me Costa's a fat cow. I'm not going to get angry at the Weasel. The Weasel didn't seem that angry at me, though. I'm okay with it. I didn't even say anything. I don't know why this got made into a thing. It's because MMA Guru Bloopers just fucking pokes at everything, makes his own little clip video and all that. I literally said he doesn't sound terrifying. My bad. Fucking hell. DC is nearing 42. He ain't getting any faster or stronger or anything better by time, to be honest. I feel that way as well, and I feel like Stipe is gonna that fucking liver. That liver is gonna be, yeah, you know, like just I can't wait for it. I actually can't wait for it. I feel as though Stipe Miocic is really gonna beat Daniel Cormier. I'm correct there, I feel. I also feel like I'm somewhat correct on Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera. However, I was doubting my first round KO prediction video. I was doubting it because I thought maybe it would go to a decision. But now that I've been refreshed by the weigh-ins, I feel as though, no, he's actually going to get it done in the first round. So we'll see what's going on. Did you see Weidman versus Vettori trash talk on Twitter? Let me check it out. I heard that Weidman said you're not that good. I believe that was the wording that Weidman used to display anguish and disgrace towards Vettori. I don't think he's going to take the Vettori match. There's no way. But Marvin Vettori, Twitter. Where's your Twitter, Marvin? Marvin Vettori, Twitter. There he is. Here we go. Oh, I've seen his trash talk, though. He put him as his girlfriend. Hi, Chris. How are you? Just checking on you, making sure you still want to be relevant in this division. See you soon, Christina. He might get the fight, and if he does get the fight, Marvin Vettori is going to absolutely finish Chris Weidman in the second round. Probably maybe in the first. If not, I reckon Vettori will beat Weidman really badly because, you know, it just didn't look good. It didn't look like a good Weidman that returned. I even predicted him to beat Omari Akhmedov, but like, it still didn't look good, you know? So I'll be going with Vettori there. But I feel like they'll do Weidman versus Rockhold and Vettori versus, I don't know, some other fucking guy. Antonio Carlos Jr. rematch, get that loss off of his record. Then the only other loss in the UFC that he has is Israel Adesanya. That can be the next storyline. I wouldn't mind seeing that. If Marvin Vettori was smart, he'd take an aging Antonio Carlos Jr. that he almost beat last time, and he'd count on the fact that the guy is getting worse and he's getting better. He should take on Antonio Carlos Jr. in a rematch and get rid of that one loss on his record. Guru, how you doing, bro? I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking that question, OM. Long-time viewer of the stream. I appreciate you. Bad cuts are for old fat people not in shape. Nice. Weasel should go live with Guru at 250k to show his face. I'm down. I'm down if he wants to. I'm actually not down, but he can do that if he wants. My boy Zach Ali here. I feel bad waiting until 10k to reveal my hair when he's waited till 250,000 to reveal his face. Interesting stuff. Once you do the hair reveal, will you stop wearing beanies altogether, or will you just take it off at 10k and never take it off again, Guru? This beanie's coming off at 10k, and that's final. Okay? But don't you worry about what happens. You just shut up and wait till you just shut up and wait till 10k and see what happens, okay? There's gonna be some craziness going on. There really is. I don't want to say it because I've been working on it. But there's something crazy coming. Guru, are you coming into Spoons with me and Jack tonight, or are you leaving it, mate? Again, I don't know a person called Jack. Funnily enough, I don't. But you're guessing, and you're getting closer because eventually you're going to eliminate every name possible until I have to know someone in my immediate circle by that name. So keep going, Morgan Kinsey. Keep going. Guru's got some tricks up his sleeve, huh? I got some tricks up my fucking beanie sides. You know what I mean? Guru has locks. Lol, you said 9k, never mind. I didn't say 9k. At all. I said 10k. Calm down. TRT Stipe. Stipe is on something. I don't know. But he just looks in really good shape. So I'm at ease, I think. I think that Stipe is going to beat DC. Okay? And I think that O'Malley's going to beat Vera. I just don't know if it's going to be by first round KO as I originally predicted. But we shall see. Worst cut of Sugar's life, really. O'Malley looks like McGregor at 145. Okay, everyone calm down. He looks bad on the scales because he's a big guy, but he did not look like fucking McGregor at 45. He didn't even look that drained, to be honest with you. You know? Sean looked terrible on the scales. No, he was cutting weight. He cuts a bit of weight. I don't understand. He didn't look bad on the scales. Please don't act like this is going to... And this is what we're doing. The Sean O'Malley fans are going, hey, we're just going to implement our nice little contingency plan here. This is what we're going to fall back on afterwards. We're going to say it was the weight cut in the first place. He's just a big guy for the division. He looked the same way in his other weight cuts. He's just a big guy for the division. Tell Corey Sandhagen that he looks bad on the fucking scales. They're the same kind of frame, you know? My mum wants to know what's under your toque. I don't know what that means. So tell her to fuck off. I think Sugar will get the KO in the second just due to the fact that Chiro can take a shot. I don't think so. If he doesn't get it done in the first, I don't see him getting a TKO. If he doesn't get it done in the first, I see him just winning by decision, but we'll see. I trust Guru's opinion on O'Malley. Thank you very much. Take Cheeto by sub. Line now while you can. Lines are moving. Thank you very much for that little statement. News alerts. Guru will never take off the beanie or do a full body reveal or anything different from what he's doing now because his toxic community will chirp him too much. Come on, guys, let's support this man. That's not true. You wait till 10K because that's very not true. That's very not true on what I've got planned. So you wait till 10K, young man. Opinions on weights of DC and Stipe. It looked good. I wished at Stipe. I said this before, but I'll answer it again, which seems to be the case. When people watch these back, it just ends up being me answering the same fucking questions over and over and over again. But DC looked fat as fuck and a disgrace to the sport of MMA. But still an absolute monster. I respect DC massively. But Stipe Miocic looked in good shape. Really, really good shape. Better shape than we've seen him before. Like, I really think he gets it done. He's going to be fast. Way faster. Way lighter on his feet. I think that's going to be the recipe for a successful fight. And plus, in the first fight, you can kind of see that Stipe is holding back in the first round. I think now that he's gotten off of coming off a KO loss, it's a different Stipe that's coming into this one, you know? So I think he's going to be a bit more aggressive in the first round. And things are going to turn way quicker than they did before. I think DC still wins the first round. I think he will get Stipe down, but he'll get back up. Then the second round, he'll go for the takedowns again. He won't get him, and Stipe will start to work. And then third round, TKO. Stipe gets it done. Guru, have you picked Sugar? We have been debating this fight for well over a year, and I always told you I think Cheeto will win. Let's go Cheeto. I'm going with Sugar Sean O'Malley. Stipe looked jacked, bro. I know he did. $20 immediately. I'm not listening to his advice, but thank you for the $20. Sean Dullivan, use photos and stats of fighters when you do the full card breakdown video. You will gain a lot of subs. No, I'm willing to bet on that. No, I'm not going to bring up the stats of people's percentage of takedown defenses, and I'm not going to bring up the stats of people's punches avoided and punches landed. That's just not what we do on this channel. We just like to go off the top of the fucking dome with some straight facts, okay? We don't need to compare the 2% differences between the landing percentages of two fighters, okay? But thank you for the advice. I appreciate your time here. $20 from Sean Dullivan. I appreciate you, good sir. But I'm not going to be putting up little stats on the screen of like this percent. That's just not... That actually will happen eventually, I'd say. But not to the massively finer detail, you know? But I'll probably end up doing some editing stuff. But I like to be raw. I like to click the fucking go button and just fucking... you know? Just fucking... this is me before a video starts. You know? The entire point of this channel is being raw because I'm just charging up. Every time. As soon as I click record. Boom! I hold my breath. I take a deep breath in. Start video. Bah! Information and fucking correct predictions. Majority of the time. Raw Dog. DC is fat. I have a fight clock for companion streams. That will happen. The fight clock will happen. It might even happen this weekend. I'm going to need to figure it out. Maybe I'll figure it out tomorrow because it must be easy. Surely it must be easy. I just don't like streaming through OBS because something to do with my internet. It just fucks up the stream. I don't know why, but it just fucks it up. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I'll try. Marab looks beastie. Guru, you moron. Take your stupid hat off. How about you shut your fuck up? Shut your fuck up and add a vowel to your name, you disgrace. Add a fucking vowel to your name so it's actually sayable, you monk. Guru verbally agreed. Cowboy and Nico Price. What? Nico Price, September 19th. Check Brett Okamoto. Yeah, he's lying to me. He's baited me in here, and it's not going to be the case, and I'm going to check it out. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, it actually is true. Okay. Which one is September 19th again? Is that the pay-per-view card? Because that is a headliner of a prelims if I have ever seen one. Let me check it out. Oh, it is. Oh, it is the pay-per-view card. September 19th. That is the headliner of the prelims. Done. Amazing stuff. Cowboy Cerrone versus Nico Price. I like it. This is what I like. Getting ahead of ourselves on the prelims of cards. I don't even mind Cowboys' chances. I really don't even mind Cowboys' chances whatsoever. I don't. But I don't know if I'm going to be picking him. We'll see what happens. 253 got moved. No, it didn't. It might have done, but no, it didn't at all. Guru, remember your reaction to Stipe yodeling after beating DC? I do remember that. But UFC 253 did not get moved. Tyron Woodley announced it on the wrong fucking day. It's actually the week afterwards, I'm pretty sure. Because I saw that Tyron Woodley announced it for that card and said it was a main event when it wasn't. This is why you don't fucking announce shit, Woodley, because you don't fucking know anything. I think it was actually the week afterwards is Woodley versus Covington. But still good to have Cerrone and Nico Price on the card. Call me Touch CMT. Thank you for the $2. Good, sir. It suffers massively in comparison to Sean Delavin's amazing contribution of $20, but JT MMA is prohibited to be here. I agree with you, and $2 is enough for me to permanently ban him from the stream. Let's see JT MMA in the chat. Let's go. Let's get rid of him. Where is he? Where is he? Come on, JT MMA. Show yourself so I can permanently ban you for the cost of $2. A lifelong fan. Let me get him. He's not here. Dustin Jacoby versus Justin Leday prediction. I saw it announced. I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it indeed. I'm not actually going to ban him. I'm sorry. Touch. Oh, he is actually here. We'll ban him. No. You know what? $2. We'll remove one of his comments from the existence of the world. So we're going to remove that. He can have the rest of them, though, for sure. Guru gets off by getting picks wrong. It's kind of humiliation kink. Interesting to say after last week's card. Interesting. People just ignore my predictions. It's crazy to me. You can't win on here. You really can't win. I did quite good until Derek Lewis threw illegal shots to the back of Olenik's head. Stewart, Weidman, Kunitskaya, Benil Dariush. Like, exactly the way that it happened as well. You know? Like, it's just, people forget. You know, one fight wrong on a main card is not good enough for people, you know? Any interest in a Herrig line as a dog? Line is pretty high. I've picked Herrig to win. Yeah, I've got money on it. Tukagov or Dawoodu? Tukagov is going to beat Dawoodu. I don't like Dawoodu as a fighter, in my opinion. Thankless job, Guru. Oh, yeah, I know. It's crazy. I literally got 4 out of 5 on the main card and did well on the prelims as well. Had a positive prediction rate on the prelims. They're just not good enough, you know, because it's fucking Derek Lewis cheating. Oh, good. Greg Hardy versus Maurice Green announced, Guru. It hasn't been, and if it has, I'm very actually going to go with Greg Hardy there because Maurice Green is not that good. So I'm going to go for Greg Hardy if that fight actually has been announced. I just don't think it has been announced. I think you're lying to my face like an absolute scumbag. Weasel just said Khabib is to go. Interesting behavior for a guy who's only defended his belt twice. Let's calm the fuck down. He didn't actually say that, though. He didn't say that. Guru, how do you rate Reyes' chances in the Jones rematch? I had the first fight a clear 3-2 Reyes, but I'm aware of Jones' ability to adjust. Dislike Jones, but concede he is great in rematches. I don't believe so. I really don't believe so. Jones has fought guys in their first fight that are in their prime. In their second fight, when they are past their prime, that's the only rematches he wins. However, you're coming up against a guy in Dominic Reyes who wasn't even in his prime yet in their first fight, managed to beat him, is now going to be better for the second time round, going into a John Jones fight knowing that he can beat John Jones. Because although John Jones did better in rematches, Gustafsson still lost. You know, and he still got beat up in that fourth round. Like, DC still lost the first fight. This is a different situation. This is the first time that John Jones is in a rematch where the guy's beaten him already. Those other guys didn't prove that they beat John Jones. So him beating them the second time is just like, oh, well done, you beat DC 2 years older. You know? You picked a fight wrong on the main card. You call yourself a predictor? I know, it's crazy, dude. Reyes champ, free champ. Yeah, Reyes is a champ for sure. Modestus Bakalkas versus Jimmy Crute, October 17th. I've seen that one as well. I've got all of them in front of me. Cynthia Calvillo versus Lauren Murphy. Why would they not do Cynthia Calvillo versus Caitlin Chukagian? It blows my mind, but they've given this Lauren Murphy the cute thing that she is. Cynthia Calvillo versus Lauren Murphy. Amazing fight. I'm down. Is it on the main card of the pay-per-view? I hope it is on the main card because we need to build some hype around that division. And if Cynthia Calvillo does win, she will get the title shot. We can do the winner of Jessica Andrade versus Jessica Eye versus Cynthia Calvillo then instead. You know? Countdown 1, 2, 3. Rogan is biased towards Gaethje. It's true. Let's set a new trend where we pay to hit people in the chat. Let's not do that. Let's actually do that, but I won't fulfill on the actual hitting people in the chat thing. But you can pay me as a trend. Burns looked much worse than O'Malley. O'Malley looked like he always does. Probably ate some to make weight. Yeah, he didn't make some. You shut up. What did you just say again? Let me actually find out what you just said. Probably ate some to make weight. He did not eat something to... O'Malley didn't eat something to make weight. I agree that he didn't look bad. He just looks like he normally does, which is he's a skinny guy. He's not got much surface. I mean, he's got a lot of surface area. He's going to get drawn in a little bit at the weight cuts. But he did not eat to make 135. He cut about 20 pounds, 15 pounds, I would assume. You know? Guru Khabib got his belt on the 10th fight in a row, though. Then you got GSP getting his title shots early. People that call Khabib GOAT mainly talk about his dominance as opposed to defenses. Yeah, but GSP was pretty dominant as well. How many rounds did GSP really lose? I mean, he lost some. Like, he had some fights where he won 4 rounds to 1, but, like, other than the Hendricks one, which came way at the end of his already title record-setting run with the belt, there were some close ones, but, like, he won the rounds, you know? Like, I understand. Herbert Burns missed by 3 pounds. Damn. I didn't even know that, but it's an absolute disgrace. Greg Hardy versus Maurice Green, October 31st. That's a great matchup. That's a really good matchup then. Bro, did Zabit actually get another 3-rounder? What the fuck, man? No, he didn't. I actually don't know. I'm not in the loop right now because my last announcement here is Dustin Jacoby versus Justin Leday. Dustin Jacoby. That's a great matchup, and I feel like Dustin Jacoby's going to fucking destroy him. I like Justin Leday. I don't think he's very good. He's been around for a long time. He's been off for a long time. Sorry, not been around for a long time. He's been off for a long time. I feel as though Dustin Jacoby is going to get the job done against him. Although I think he came back and lost to someone recently by decision. Am I wrong? Was it Alexa Cormier? I want to say Alexa Cormier on one of the pay-per-view cards to open up the early prelims. Justin Leday. Sure, he fought after the Johnny Walker fight against Alexa Cormier. UFC 246 opens up the early prelims. Nice, I like it. Fucking good brain. Good brain. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Money! $5. I'll take it. Guru, do you put any money on Shayna Dobson at plus 580? No, I don't. Maria Agapova's gonna... child-friendly way. We're gonna say Maria Agapova is gonna fist the ass of Shayna Dobson, to put it in a child-friendly term. She's going to win 100%. $5. Thank you, Jordan Hansen. Long-time donator of the stream and viewer. I appreciate you, good sir. I think Maria Agapova is going to... I think it's going to be... it's going to be disgraceful. The Weasel just said that Khabib beating GSP would make him the GOAT. Yeah. Okay. Masad Bektik versus Eduardo Grigori prediction. I mean, it actually could do. It actually could make him the GOAT. But GSP, how much weight do we hold overall? He's fucking leave GSP alone. He's 40 years of age nearly. Please leave GSP alone. I hope he doesn't come back because he's not, even against Bisping, he did not look that good. Bisping's fucking Bisping. And he had a broken rib. What's your parlay for this weekend, matey? My parlay for this weekend, dude, is fucking, I don't even know, dude. I think TJ Brown, Parker Porter, and Jim Miller, I think is my parlay. So yeah, do that shit, you know. Khabib is not the GOAT, especially beating a 40-year-old. Yes, indeed. Hendricks tapped to GSP guillotine in the first. Okay, the female weigh-ins aren't in the YouTube clip. Anyone see them? Use Souza or Yoda? Yes, I've seen them. I've definitely seen Yoda. Quite a few times in slow motion as she gets up on the scale. That's all good. Why did we make them wear the mask on the scale? They have all been tested because I don't know. We're not going to get into that this stream. Too much truth. Jim Miller is an underdog now. He is an underdog now, apparently. I do not think that Vince Piquel's going to beat him, but he didn't look too good on the weigh-ins, though. I'll give him that. If that's why the odds have changed. You know, he didn't look too amazingly in shape on the weigh-ins. I still think that Jim Miller's going to win this one, though. Sugar been playing too much COD. He doesn't even play COD, though, does he? Guru said, Khabib said if he might play COD. I don't even know. Do you think O'Malley's win is... Guru, Khabib said today, if GSP fight don't work out, then if Conor or Tony beat Poirier, then they get the next shot, whoever steps forward. Then it's going to be one of them two. Who knows? Hopefully it's... But then again, I hear that Poirier and Tony have already made a fight, so that's just fucking annoying me again. It just annoys me that McGregor is Like the UFC is just fucking over McGregor's. We should have given him so many fights this year. They could have done that. They could have done that. You know? Like, it doesn't matter if they're not making the extra 2 or this many million from the fucking fans. It's either you have him in there during that time or you don't. And if you don't, then what if he just fucking retires and you don't get him ever again anyway? They should have had McGregor in there. It's just annoying, to be honest with you. I think he needs one more win. Price Cowboy reaction prediction. I'm going to go with Nico Price because he looked fucking good against fucking Vicente Luque, and actually was winning a fight against Vicente Luque before getting cracked and concussed a couple of times. Concussed to the dome, you know. I'm going to go with him, though. I'm going to go with Nico Price. I think he gets it done. His volume-heavy style, I think, is going to help out against Cerrone. He's a little bit wild as well. I'm going to go with him. He's going to come. I like Nico Price. He has a weird style. He changes the tempo, and I like that a lot. He comes forward with a bit of volume. Then when his opponents are coming forward, he starts sitting down on his shots, looking to power. I like it. I like Nico Price's style. I think he gets it done. Although, I might go with Cerrone anyway because that's a really close fight. So we'll see what goes on. Price by KO. In fact, Cerrone's had a training camp for so long. When is that fight happening? September 19th. A month. I might go with Cerrone. I might go with Cerrone. Cerrone's been in a training camp for the past 2 months, knowing that he has a fight coming up, and I haven't heard anything about Nico Price training for a fight. So, I'm assuming they had a date plan for Cerrone, but not an opponent. So, fucking hell, I'm probably gonna go with Conor McGregor. I mean, not Conor McGregor. Sorry, Donald Cerrone maybe. I don't think I'm gonna go with Nico Price here. Cerrone will get whooped and slept. I don't know if he. I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will, dude. I really don't know if he will. I think less crazy things have happened. I think that's a really close fight, and I reckon Cerrone's going to be a juicy underdog. We'll see what happens. Why did Garbrandt get a flyweight title shot when he's 1-3 in his last 4 and has never fought in that weight class? I don't know, but it's happened now, so let's just get over with it. Bite our tongues, hold it back, all of the real truth that we want to spit out. Let's just endure it and build it up and eventually take it out at Christmas when the rage has gotten too much, and go blind from rage after just going on a complete rampage through the city center. And then we can get back to moving on with the flyweight division, you know? But I reckon that it's a good matchup. Now that it's been made, I'm okay with it. It should be Moreno versus Perez, which has also been made, so that's pretty good. Askar Askarov should probably take on the winner of Kai Kara France versus Brandon Royval. That's pretty good. It's not like I'm annoyed by you telling me that I smell. I am just going to ban you, though, because it's just you're spamming it, and it's just annoying. But it's nothing about the comment that you're saying. It's just don't spam the same thing over and over. What were we talking about now? I have no idea. Flyweight. It's been made, so let's just get over with it, you know? It's going to be a big fight in a flyweight title fight. We're good. And hopefully Figueiredo KOs Garbrandt, otherwise the entire division is fucked. Moreno versus Perez prediction. I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno getting it done. Brandon Moreno. I think that's my pick. But Perez is dangerous with those leg kicks, but then people forget he went to a decision with Mark De La Rosa, as we found out on my last stream. So I'm going to be going with Brandon Moreno. Cowboy shouldn't fight anymore. Well, he's going to, so get over it, you know. We're going to see him die. Woo-woo. We'll see. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. How high do you think O'Malley moves up if he wins? I think he's going to move up probably above the loser. If he's going to move above, he's going to move just under John Dodson if John Dodson beats Merab Dvalishvili. And if John Dodson loses to Merab, he's going to move above Merab. Dodson's going to slip down 2 places, and Merab's going to be 1 position above Dodson, but below Sean O'Malley. So, because I'd consider Sean O'Malley... I mean, Merab really shouldn't be ranked, in all honesty. He's just been ranked because they had a bad pay-per-view card, but, you know, not too long ago, there was other people in that ranking spot, like Hownie Barcelos. You know, nothing changed other than him getting a fight announced against John Dodson, and he magically jumped up to 15. He could be ranked, though. I'm not mad at him being ranked. He probably should be as well, but, you know... Hownie Barcelos was there. Nothing changed. Marlon Vera was there. He beat Song Yadong. They had to move him down. I get it. They put Merab in that position. What fucking ever. Sean O'Malley is probably going to move up to number 11 or 12. Why them two? He's not going to jump up too far. There's no way they put him top 10. There's no way they put him top 10. He has not done enough for that whatsoever. He's going to definitely be below Dominic Cruz. I'd say he jumps up 2 positions maximum. Money. Did I get money? $10 with a KO animation. I really do appreciate that. That's a wonderful donation. It just looks wonderful. Let me just admire it for a second. What a happy hippo. And he's so happy to just give me $10. Jordan Hansen. Again, with a big-time donation with a nice little animation. I like it. I like it very much. So let's give a round of applause in the chat for Jordan Hansen, but don't or I'll chop your hands off. Thank you, though. I really do appreciate the $10. Someone's standing by my fucking door. I have a bomb. I have a bomb. I think they moved. Thank you for the $10, though. I appreciate you. Guru, you smell. I don't. I think they're calling the police. They're not, though. We're good. We're good. I think we're good. They understand I'm joking, right? Right? It's exactly shut your face, Darren the Goat Till. I don't know what we're talking about. But thank you for the $10 again, Jordan Hansen. But back to what I was talking about after thanking him for the $10, which was if John Dodson wins or loses, he should move to the flyweight division and take on Joseph Benavidez for his retirement fight. Who's in? I think we're in. I think we're all in on that one. I really do believe that. That's the fight that should happen, in all honesty. And I'll just check if they fought each other before. I don't remember that encounter being had, but it might have been had. I don't think it was. 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 He's the one big name at flyweight that John Dodson never fought at that time. So he avoided Joseph Benavidez and he actually got the Formiga fights and the Tim Elliott back then. All right, I guess we're going to be going with that one then. If John Dodson does win, I don't want him to stay at bantamweight, and he's expressed his own opinions on moving down to flyweight as well. So let's just do that. Move him into the flyweight division, carry the hype over from this event being on the main card of a big pay-per-view, and just shift him over to the flyweight division. Give him a top contender in Joseph Benavidez, and I reckon that will keep John Dodson around for a little bit, because if he gets given Joseph Benavidez, Benavidez is still number 1 in that division, and John Dodson would immediately be top 3 at least. So that's a good matchup. You know? And this whole Askarov thing, we don't need to give him a title shot right now. Like, even one fight from now, we don't have to. Like, can we calm down? It's not like he's Tony Ferguson. I've seen a lot of people saying that Askarov deserves a shot. Perez Moreno winner deserves a shot 100%. 100% he deserves a shot. But let's give Askarov one more. He's not Tony Ferguson. Thank you for the $2. €2. Even better than $2. A superior currency. Is it? It might not be. I think it is, though. Thank you for the €2. I think it is. Yes, it is. It is. It definitely is. The British pound is 1.11 euros right now, I believe. Thank you, Jamal. Jamad. I got it wrong. There we go. We've made an absolute car crash of your €2 donation. Thank you for being part of it. Jamad. You think Zombie will be champion in the near future? I think if he fights Volkanovski now, he'll win. I think so. Yeah, I do. Unless Holloway's champ, I don't see him beating Holloway or Yair Rodriguez on a full camp. But if it's anyone else, including Zabit, Qatar's risky. But if it's Zabit, Volkanovski, or Brian Ortega in his way to the title or has a title for him to take off of them, he's going to beat them and become champion. But on those conditions, thank you for the €2. I appreciate you. What do you think of the Schmo's gimmick, annoying or not? I don't mind it. He's cool. He can do his own thing. I don't really watch. I like his interviews, but it's just a bit much sometimes, you know. Because he doesn't, I don't know. It's all good. I like it. It's just a bit much. At times, it can be good, though. It obviously is different for the fighters, but the fans kind of just want a bit more information at times. But I think it's a good thing to have on the side, because if the Schmo was like the UFC's interview guy, I think it would be terrible. But because he's his own thing, he can be his own thing, you know? But if like the Schmo took the role of Megan O'Leary for the backstage interviews, I would be furious, you know, because it would just be too much, like to be hired by the UFC to do that kind of thing. But he's his own little spice on the side, so I like him. Megan O'Leary's puss smells like rotten tuna. Rotten tuna's pretty good. O'Malley's Cheeto stare down was a great stare down. Yes, it was indeed. I like how he suddenly became 5 inches taller. All of a sudden. I like it. I think he wins. Interviews, yeah. Sound like Gollum. Guru versus the Weasel versus the Schmo in a triple threat TLC match. I would go with I would win 100%. But, you know, it depends what there is involved because, I don't know, I feel like you give the Weasel a steel fucking chair. Things can be changed. You give the Schmo a sledgehammer, the schmedgehammer, whatever you could describe it as, the sledgehammer, he'd destroy me with it. But, you know, we're going bare knuckle. Muscle on muscle, we'll take him. Who would you beat the Schmo in a one-on-one? Oh, yeah. Guru, I'm new here. Don't ask me those questions, though. I don't like answering those questions. I don't like saying that I would beat someone up, so just stop fucking asking me that. Okay? Because there's no way of... I don't know. There's just no way of answering it. So fuck off. Ask me if I'd beat up this one other guy somewhere, you stupid little 12-year-old. Dana is a douche for screwing over McGregor, man. We just want to see him fight. Yeah, I just want to see him fight, but that's okay. I guess we just don't get what we like. That's all good. Any changes in your predictions after looking at the weigh-ins? Any surprises? Best takeaway? Best takeaway, I'd say, would be pizza. Domino's is really good over here right now. I like to go with a little bit of a meat feast. It's nice. It's really good. And I'd go with that. But other than that, Stipe's looking pretty good, you know. Ignore it. Ring. Right ear. Ha, ha, ha. Answer me instead. Right ear. Ha, ha. I don't understand what we're talking about. Ferguson Gaethje wasn't dominant. No, it wasn't. It was 2-2 going into the 5th round. It could have been 3-1 Ferguson. It could have been 2-2. But people ignore the reality that they've been had by a corrupt commentator. Yeah, you look like you like it. Thank you. I don't know what that means and what I've just answered to, but thanks. Guru, I'm new here. You are a Verska relation. Uncanny. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Solid. DC looked fat and Stipe looked in good shape. Yes, indeed he did. And that's the case in every single one of their fights before this one. But I just feel like it was a little bit more evident in this one, you know? Because DC didn't look... I don't think DC was bigger. And actually, by weight, I think he was smaller than he was before. But he didn't look... He looked more saggy, you know? And Stiopich looked like fucking... I don't know. Stiopich just looked in the best shape we've seen him over the past few years. Like, it's just weird, you know? So I'm definitely going to be going with Stiopich for sure. Khabib isn't the GOAT. He defended the title twice. Oh, yeah. Mexican MMA versus the MMA Guru. We'll take it. Does Gaethje have a better chance of beating Khabib or Conor than Conor? He has a better chance of beating Khabib, I'd say. I just don't think the McGregor matchup is a good one. I think the McGregor matchup would be better for Gaethje if he had his old style of just going forward and sticking his chin down and going. But now that Gaethje's got his style of scooting around the outside, looking for like more patient exchanges, that's just a fucking recipe for disaster against a guy like McGregor, in my opinion. So I think McGregor beats Gaethje, but Gaethje has a better chance against Khabib. But Gaethje has a better chance against Khabib than McGregor does right now. So it's just like, you know, it's a weird styles make fight situation in that division right now. Like, I don't know, McGregor's just got a good way of beating the Gaethje, Poirier, and Ferguson of the division just by being McGregor in the first round at 155, you know? So we'll see. I won't sleep happy at night until I've seen a Guru wheel kick. Thank you very much. Guru, I am new here, and you are Viscerous Relation, Uncanny Resemblance. We've read it again. It's still not funny. Guru, what do you do about the Contender Series? I do great things with the Contender Series. Instead, I have one episode at the end, episode 10, which is one person from the first 5 shows that didn't get the contract that maybe should have got the contract. Don't spam that in my chat. That didn't get the contract that should have maybe got the contract. They will all come back at episode 10. So the first 5 shows, if you want to get on those shows, those are the good ones. And then the other people come back at the like 3rd episode of the next season or something, you know? But that would be a good thing. I just don't think that we should get 5 contracts every single fucking card because it just doesn't make any sense to do that whatsoever, really. It really doesn't make sense to do that. Why are you giving everyone contracts? It doesn't make any sense. But all good. He'll literally, and this is what I don't like about Dana White's Contender Series. He knows who he's going to sign. They know who they're going to sign before the even Contender Series starts. They know exactly who they're going to sign. And it's just like, it annoys me when afterwards, after they've actually fought for them on their show, they then go, oh, you're too young. But then there's like this 21-year-old female who just edged out a split decision on the last card that immediately gets a contract despite being 4-1. You know? But then there's a guy who's 7-0, 23, wins by like 2nd round TKO, and Dana White goes, you're too young. Oh, well, he was the same fucking age the moment before he had the fight. So What's the point in bringing him on the show if he's too young? I don't understand it. Makes no sense. All good. O'Malley said he could beat McGregor, but I also understand with Dana though. I'm just going to ignore that retardation I just read. I also understand that Dana White is often in positions to lie about the reason why he's not signing people if they're just not good enough in his opinion. So if you do hear Dana White saying this guy's too young a lot of the time, it's because he really didn't like their performance, but just doesn't want to tell them that they're not good enough, you know? Have you seen the close-up of Vera versus O'Malley on Dana White's Twitter? Vera ain't scared. You mean to tell me that Vera can not look terrified in front of another man as a professional fighter for a career? That's crazy, dude. Vera didn't look scared. You know what? JDS didn't look scared either, and neither did Miocic or Cormier. So maybe they beat each other. Double KO. Maybe Miocic and Cormier beat each other because they both didn't look scared. I'd go with both of them by double KO, 100%. That's just what happens. If you don't look scared at the weigh-ins and you can compose yourself for 5 seconds in front of another man, then that must just mean you win at this point, you know? Conor wins the rematch with Habib. Habib Abdulmanapovich Nurmagomedov will beat Conor McGregor right now, but if Conor McGregor strings together some good wins and Khabib maybe goes through a couple rough fights, I'll change my mind, maybe. But right now, if they fought, Khabib beats him 100%. And if they fought in 8 weeks and had full camps for the pair of them, Khabib would beat him right now, in my opinion. But McGregor needs to get momentum, and he's not done it, and it annoys me. The only way I see McGregor ever possibly beating Khabib is 3 months after the Eddie Alvarez fight, or just if he's fought a guy every 3 months, stays active, and then takes on Khabib, who's maybe been out for a year, which he always seems to be nowadays, but that's okay. O'Malley made it personal by posting the meme about Cheeto's girlfriend an hour before face-off on Insta. That's why Cheeto was pissed. I don't care, though. What was he pissed about? But all good. More on listen to Vera talk to O'Malley in the close-up. I haven't heard it. But why are you calling me a moron? My point still stands. If you don't look scared at a weigh-in, it literally doesn't mean anything. We see every single weigh-in, they don't look terrified of each other. So it doesn't mean anything to say that because he's not scared, he's going to win. I should fucking hope he's not scared. He's a professional fucking fighter. At 10K, you're going to release a MMA Guru mug with pictures of your perplexed expressions on. I want one. No, that's not what's going to be happening. But thank you for that suggestion. Maybe that can happen at 12K. 12K mugs. You never know. Who do you think of the possible return? What do you think of the possible return of Luke Rockhold? I'll go with him versus Weidman next. It makes all the sense in the world. Stop ducking my comments, Shmurra. Guru's great grandfather is Viscera changed my mind. Again, no one fucking knows who that guy is, but thank you for commenting it. Who would O'Malley make it? Why would O'Malley make it personal, though? I hope he loses badly, which is likely looking at Cheetah. Okay. What do you mean, though? What did he say? Let me check what Sean O'Malley said about his girl, then. Sugar Sean O'Malley. Marlon Vera's girlfriend in bed. Oh, calm the fuck down, man. That's really your opinion on him taking it personal? That's the situation. Like, it just doesn't... That's a meme, dude. It's like Adesanya getting angry at Whitaker. I put a picture up that somebody else put up. I'm sorry. Viscera is the money fight. I don't care. The Sugar Show can win. Lard, 1 or 2 hours tonight. I don't fucking guess when it happens, eh? No one fucking cares. DZY0. Everyone shut up. Lard, the Sugar Show can win. Yes, he can. He's going to win, in my opinion. Does anyone else think that Sean O'Malley's hair looks retarded? I do. I'll agree on that one. I'm thinking he only has it temporarily plaited until the actual day of the fight because you'd want to have it as fresh as possible when you do get the plaits put in. But it doesn't look good right now. Like, it's too wiry out the sides. It doesn't look clean enough. So maybe he changes it coming up to the fight, but maybe he doesn't. So we'll see what goes on. I just don't like it when there's all this fuzz, like that Post Malone fucking head pubes going on, you know? I prefer it to just be the single plaits, but we'll see what goes on. We'll see. Why bring in family members? Whitaker didn't bring in Izzy's boyfriend. Like, come on. Don't bring in people's girlfriends or family members. He posted a meme of Snoop Dogg screaming the words O'Malley and Marlon Vera's girlfriend in bed. That's not like a really tough thing. I don't know. Maybe it's an American thing, but that is... I've seen way worse said. Like, people were questioning if maybe McGregor stepped over the line. Like, this is not stepping over the line or making it personal. It's just a meme that you post before the fight to get a couple 100K views and Snoop Dogg comments on it, you know? Like, it's just, I don't get it. That's not a big deal to me. I don't know about you guys. JDS the Resurrection, Sean O'Malley. O'Malley! O'Malley! If a fighter can't take trash talk and mental tactics, then they shouldn't fight. It's part of the game. It's not part of the game. It's just, it should be expected when you take on Sean O'Malley. Like, you sign a fight with Sean O'Malley and then get annoyed when he makes a meme about you. I can't believe that guy can't see it as a joke. Like, that's not a serious thing. Calm down. Oliveira versus Makhachev, Zabit versus Yair, UFC 254. Zabit avoids a 5-round fight. Probably. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Movsar Evloev will be top 5 in the featherweight division. Agree, yes. I think he'll get there. Even if he loses on the way there, he'll bounce because he's good. He'll bounce back 100%. I like Movsar Evloev. I picked him this whole time. Hype train loaded with sugar derailed in Las Vegas. One casualty. Understandable. I understand. I don't agree with you though. Guru's great grandfather is Viscera. Change your mind one more time. He said it. Yes, no point reading it anymore. I don't know how O'Malley posts that when he's in an open relationship. Yeah. What do you mean? That's the point of it though. He gets to fuck whoever and she's his girlfriend. But good stuff. I guess people don't like O'Malley having a bit of fun on Instagram. All good, though. We'll get over it. I'm sure you guys will recover. One more sleep until DC Stipe 3. Don't you dare put DC's name first. How dare you do something like that? Stipe versus DC 3. Okay? And I don't know why Stipe versus DC is the only exception to not using the normal layouts of people's surnames. Why is it not Miocic versus Cormier? It is, but people say Stipe versus DC. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why not Miocic? It's not that much harder to say than Stipe, you know? Stipe is a glass jaw. Boom! Interesting decision for the guy who only beat Francis Ngannou. The only man who did so in the UFC to beat Ngannou and take his power is the glass jaw bum. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. O'Malley is apparently married. Blew my mind. I don't think he's married. I think they got that one wrong on Embedded. But if he is, then that happened without me realizing because I don't think he's ever said that. I'm pretty sure he said she's his girlfriend. Guru's actually trans. That's not true. Unless I keep my vagina under the beanie. Who knows? Maybe it is true. DC is going to win Guru. Birmingham Savage 91. I don't think he is going to win. I really don't. I think Stipe digs him in right into the stomach and then gets him out of there. 3rd round TKO. Big time. Miocic is the new world champion. You're going to hear a lot of oh no's from the commentary booth. I'll tell you that much for sure. Ngannou just has raw power, not much speed or skill. I don't know what that was, but here's what I do think. You're going to hear a lot of oh no's from the commentary and a lot of that was a punch. That was a punch. Every time that DC looks like he eye poked Stipe. Stipe looks in amazing shape. He does. I think he gets it done 100%. Herbert Burns should be stopped taking short notice fights at 154. 2 weeks notice. I know. It's unfortunate. I don't know why he does it. You don't miss weight. It's just annoying when they do. It just affects their purse. But, you know, he's going to stay active and get a big win because he's already 32 years of age. I don't mind it. Oh, my God, Cowboy is fighting Price. I've seen it, and it's wonderful. What do you think about Paige Vanzant going into bare knuckle fighting? I guess she just wants an excuse to now do plastic surgery on her face. But I feel like she's already had plastic surgery on her face because she got cheek fillers. So if there's one thing she shouldn't do, it's bare knuckle. I don't understand why she did that. But then again, there's way less of a talent pool, so they'll probably just find some fucking crack hoe from the street and just put her in there with Paige Vanzant, and she'll look really cool. Look, I'm a fighter, guys. I want to fight on TV. Look, I'm actually a fighter, though, even though I lose against anyone who's somewhat decent at fighting. Look, I can do stuff and actually beat up another woman. 99.999999999999999% of women in the world can beat up another woman. You know, there's a difference when you're taking on top competition. Stipe Miocic got that immigrant mentality. I don't know why I read that as Stipe Miocic, but Stiopic has indeed. If you could fuck one fighter, well, who would it be? Fuck one fighter. Laura Sanko. Darius Lewitt, she used to be. fucking found a little loophole in the system. I always do it. Good job, MMA Guru. Thanks, MMA Guru. Appreciate that. Derek Lewis beating Ngannou devastatingly. Oh, yeah, it was fucking horrific. I don't even want to... Don't even bring that up, man. I've only just... Oh, it gives me fucking spasms down my spine just hearing about Lewis versus Ngannou. Don't even bring that up, man. This is a PG, like, a family-friendly stream, you fucking stupid little wanker cunt. So don't bring that into this family fucking friendly stream. Don't bring that in here, okay? Stipe second round TKO. No, I think he does it in the third, but second round still good. Those leg kicks by Lewis. Go to sleep. Paige, I got choked out by Michelle Waterson Vanzant. Yeah. Guru, you make smart predictions most of the time, but O'Malley KO'ing a guy in the first who's never been KO'd before. I don't understand that prediction. Who has O'Malley KO'd who is close to Cheeto's chin? No one but both of his opponents recently. Jose Alberto Quinones has got a decently good chin. Doesn't really get KO'd too often. But, you know, he's been KO'd before, I guess. Or has he? Let me actually check. I just think it's a good prediction. I don't think you can entirely base KOs on one person having a good chin and one person not. Otherwise, people who haven't been KO'd would just never get KO'd. By your logic, I shouldn't pick someone to get KO'd just because they haven't been KO'd before. So that means that someone who's never been KO'd is never going to be KO'd in their career. Thank you for the information, Dan MMA Picks. I'll take it. I'll never pick someone to be KO'd if they haven't already been, because we haven't seen that happen time and time again. Thank you very much. Thank you. I agree with Dan for a change. Well, then you're also wrong. I don't think that's a very good thing. I think that Sean O'Malley is so far levels above Marlon Vera that if Guido Canetti and Wuji Buen can beat Marlon Vera in the first round on strikes, then O'Malley can land that many and he will land differently. I think that O'Malley's going to get the job done. Those weigh-ins have completely changed my lineups. Please tell me if you think Herbert Burns is still a lock. Love your show, by the way. Yes, Herbert Burns wins. Derek Lewis has a weird strength that makes no sense. He's just got that big bone strength, you know? The Simpsons. And Brad Pickett. Yeah. Herbert Burns wins first round submission. Sugar Show by KO. No signs of durability dropping for Cheeto. He can get frustrated, but Lineker didn't come close to putting him out. Yep. I think O'Malley lands right down the pipe and catches him right on the chin. I don't think that it doesn't matter how many times you've seen a fighter take shots on their forehead throughout their career. It's different when you catch someone on the chin in the first round who's rangier and faster than you. I think O'Malley gets it done, although I said before in this stream, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins by decision, but that is my prediction. I think he does catch him in the first round. So we'll see what happens. How long until Champ is free? He is free. I like when you're irritated. Thank you very much. DC is going to counter the body shot with a short, powerful hook. Yeah. Cheeto Vera isn't in UFC 4. Here's what I don't understand about that whole UFC 4 thing. I really don't get it. People listed down names of people that aren't in UFC 4 that should be. What a disgrace. Just go through your rankings. It doesn't matter if this guy outside the rankings isn't in UFC 4. I can understand that because they can't have everyone on the roster in the game because it takes a lot of work. But at least have the rankings done. Like top 15 of every division should be in UFC 4, unless maybe just give us 5 fighters at flyweight. But top 15 in every division should be a staple. And then give us a couple variants that are big names at the time coming up, you know? Makhachev isn't even in UFC 4. I know, it's just crazy. That's what they should have, ranked fighters at least. But, you know, Qatar is in it, but Dana and Buffer is, lol. Tyson Fury is the face of UFC 4. There's like 10 flyweights in the game. Well, there's about 10 flyweights in the UFC. In fact, there's 17. But, you know, still, I don't mind that they don't do the full flyweight roster. But other divisions that have like 90 people, at least give us a top 15, you know. I can't believe Qatar isn't in it. I'm actually pissed. That's actually a disgrace. How can Qatar not be in it? He's literally top 6 right now. But, you know, maybe they started, who knows? Maybe they started making the figures and choosing who they wanted in the game last year or something, and these guys just weren't big on the scene by then. But, you know, I've seen certain people complaining that others aren't in the game. I don't remember who they were complaining about, actually, but I don't know. You see if someone put up like an unranked fighter's name and like, let's cover the rankings first. Let's stop fucking signing a petition to get this fucking Diego Lima in the game. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. Let's just focus on the rankings at least. I never seen Stipe throw head kicks. Neither have I. I don't think he can. His hips are way too stiff. I don't think he's going to. He just goes to the leg in this fight, in my opinion. Evan Dunham is a UFC 4. I think he just got cut. Wow. Yeah. Well, there you go, I guess. Absolutely disgraceful. Do you think O'Malley KOs Cheetah? Yes, I do. I think he does it in the first. But if he doesn't, then he'll win by decision. But we'll see what happens. I think he does it in the first, though. He gets it done. Lamau retired. Girls like Jessica Penne are in, but top 9, Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Ribas aren't in it. Craziness. Maybe they'll do like a 6-month update where they add a couple more people. Who knows? They're just giving themselves some time, maybe. Makhachev versus Oliveira at UFC 254. That would be actually a good matchup. I actually wouldn't mind that matchup. Let's do it. Both guys need a fight. For some bizarre reason, despite not beating a single ranked opponent, Islam Makhachev is ranked number 11. Despite, for some reason, even despite beating no ranked opponents whatsoever, Gregor Gillespie is number 12, while Donald Cerrone sits below Ally Quinta, who he's beaten, and Charles Oliveira, who he's beaten as well. It just doesn't make any sense, you know? All good. Gillespie beat Yancy Medeiros, remember? He beat Yancy Medeiros, guys. At lightweight. You know that guy who beat Oliveira at welterweight recently? That's his only good win. Yeah, well, Gillespie beat him at lightweight, so he's ranked above Cerrone now. Yeah, that's how that works. You know Islam Makhachev? He just beat that guy, Davey Ramos, who just lost to Armin Sarukin. So, yeah, big move up to number 11 above Cerrone and Dariush, I guess. Good job from Islam Makhachev jumping up like that for no fucking reason. Dariush just won a fight last weekend, but the only ranking change was to move Makhachev above him, while Makhachev has done nothing. But, you know, Makhachev's got a fight coming up soon on the main card of a pay-per-view. So let's just change his ranking for no reason and make him seem better than he was. Just to put him on the pay-per-view, because that's what they've done with everyone recently. As soon as they get a signed fight on a pay-per-view, they jump them up the rankings to make the pay-per-view look like less of an absolute disgrace than it actually is. That's okay, though. It's been announced already. Calvillo versus Nico Price confirmed to September 19th. I'm glad. Good stuff. Will they update it every few months, adding fighters and changing ranks or not? They should stick to the actual rankings and update them every pay-per-view. Yes, indeed, they should. I hope Oliveira wins. I think Oliveira will win, 100%. Guru, do you think Qatar will be champ? Depends who has the belt when he gets it, man, honestly. I think he loses to Holloway if they fight in September. So, that's my opinion. But I think he beats other guys. I think he'll beat Volkanovski. Actually, I don't think he'll beat Volkanovski. He could do. I just didn't see enough of that against Dan Ige. As much as he schooled him and he did win every round. Not win every round, but he did win clearly. He clearly won a fight, which is always good. I just wanted to see something a bit more against Dan Ige because as much as I like Dan Ige, he didn't look good in that Qatar fight. You know, he looked sloppy. Maybe that's just because of Qatar's distance control, but I thought Qatar could have done a bit more. Make it a little bit more dominant, you know. Dan Ige was a short notice guy coming off a beating against Barboza. Like, you should have beaten him a bit more convincingly. But that's okay. Qatar also took it on short notice, so who knows. O'Malley said he thinks he will get the belt by next year. What do you think? It again depends who has it. I don't think he beats Yan. That's one guy I don't think he beats. If Sandhagen has the belt, I don't think he beats Sandhagen. But I think he beat a lot of guys. Maybe. If he beats Marlon Vera, I'll pick him against Cody Garbrandt by first round KO 100%. Do you really think Costa has no chance for a W against Israel? No, I don't think that at all. That's exactly the opposite of what I think. I think that Paulo Costa is going to easily beat Israel Adesanya in the second round by TKO. Or the late first round. But that's not because I don't think it's close. It's a very close fight, but I just think that Costa's going to bully him around and beat him up, in my opinion. Vera is a beast, so O'Malley better be ready, indeed. He is a beast. He is really a beast. O'Malley hasn't gone to the second for a long time against a guy who loves the later rounds. Cheeto's going to dust him up in the clinch if O'Malley can't KO him in the first. I don't see that happening. But we'll see. O'Malley definitely doesn't beat Yan. He won't even beat Marlon. Well, he could beat Marlon. And he could beat Yan. You're acting as though O'Malley isn't good. O'Malley could catch people. Why does O'Malley never mention his first 2 fights? Because they happened a while ago and he won both of them dominantly. 2 rounds to 1 against Terrion Ware. 1 round was close in the middle, but Terrion Ware won it. Then the second fight, he was beating the shit out of Andre Sukumtsat start to finish. Then he broke his leg and still won and defended on the ground with a broken foot. I understand. I understand the hate on O'Malley, honestly. So we'll see what goes on. O'Malley's a glass jaw bum. Okay, there we go. That's what we come back to. I think he is, though. I genuinely think he's going to get KO'd stiff at one point in his career. There's certain guys you can see it happening to. I don't see O'Malley getting choked out. I see him getting TKO'd if he's going to lose, you know? But we'll see what goes on. Guru has such a boner for O'Malley. I actually don't have a boner for O'Malley. I don't think boner is a strong enough word, you know? I'm joking. But I don't think that he's going to lose to Marlon Vera. I think he would lose to a guy like John Dodson, in all honesty. I think he could get cracked by him. He's too skinny. You can tell he has a chin that can be KO'd stiff. Yep. But Corey Sandhagen's got a different kind of chin now. You know what I mean? So it's a very specific kind of chin that's like an arrow pointing to its very tip. Like that Cyril Gane, Anthony Joshua chin, you know? No starting from here with the jaw. It's just straight. Almost like it tucks in, like a little parcel to a point at the end. It's a weird little chin, you know? I fight every day of the week and it hurts, yeah. Irish power, baby. My Clover was a balloon. Dan Hooker's chin is good. I know, but that's the weird thing about it. I think it's because he has just the neck of the gods or something. But I don't know. Sandhagen has a good fucking chin. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a weird thing. But there's something about that Cyril Gane O'Malley-shaped chin that just worries me, you know? I like Nick Jackson's question. Where's Nick Jackson? Wub. Any unknown fighters you think will become massive in popularity soon? Kevin Holland. Big name, Kevin Holland. Trevin Giles, I feel like he's going to recruit the hardcore fan base. Maybe not, though, but we'll see. I reckon he could become quite big if he goes on a bit more of a win. He's very marketable, but he just hasn't been ranked yet, so... Whatever James Krause's next fight is, though, I see it being a big one. Jimmy Crute, I could see going on to do good things. I think he's going to win his next fight against Pekalkas as well, and that's going to be on the main card of a fight night, so that's a big jump up for him. I think Luque is going to get a lot of notice if he wins his next fight. That's just a big bomb waiting to happen, because even though he isn't the most interesting guy in the world, his style is just so enjoyable to watch. I don't think people can deny being entertained by him, you know? So he'll be one of those guys you just watch because they're just so good and they look good to watch fight, you know? So I think Luque is going to be up there. Heinich, if he strings together some wins, he's got a story behind him. He used to fucking traffic drugs across the border and went to fucking wherever that island was in a prison. Like, he's had a crazy life. So I think he could really get up there. And then Jiri Prochaska as well is another huge name. Just looking at the rankings now. There you go. Is that good enough? We gave some good names. Just haven't seen enough. Beating a Jose and 38-year-old Eddie isn't enough for me to say he's the next thing. Similar to Khamzat. Remember how we shat on Khamzat for beating shitty guys? Yeah, but... And here's the difference. And I'm going to bring it up right now. Khamzat Chimaev. This is where we're going to compare things down MMA. You can't say, remember how he shot on Khamzat, because Khamzat Chimaev took on Reese McKee, who was a guy from a lower division. So that would be like O'Malley taking on a flyweight, just for reference. That would be like O'Malley taking on a flyweight who was not yet in the UFC and was only on regional shows before his fight. That's the equivalence there. So Khamzat Chimaev took on a lightweight from outside of UFC. They didn't have any UFC wins whatsoever. John Phillips was Chimaev's fight at middleweight, which is naturally his actual division, in my opinion. But he's going to cut himself down to welterweight. Good for him. Tends to work out for people. But middleweight, John Phillips, who was 1-3 in his last 4 fights before fighting Khamzat Chimaev. 1-3 inside the UFC. Barely clinging on to his career. I don't think you can compare those two to the fact that Sean O'Malley beat Terrion Ware, who was 17-5 at the time, which is actually somewhat of a respectable record, even though it looks worse now because he's literally done nothing but lose since fighting Sean O'Malley and Cody Stamann. Before that, he was on a 4-fight win streak or 4-fight win streak coming into the UFC, only lost to Cody Stamann by decision, and then Sean O'Malley beats him. Completely different situation. Go to the next fight. Andre Sukumtat. Although Andre Sukumtat is absolute fucking trash, O'Malley made him look like that until he broke his foot. And Andre Sukumtat, again, beat Luke Sanders, who beat Henan Barral. Like, although complete trash, still somewhat acceptable. You cannot compare this to the Khamzat Chimaev situation whatsoever. And Sean O'Malley beat Jose Alberto Quinones, who before fighting Sean O'Malley was 5-1 in his last 6 fights before fighting Sean O'Malley. Had a 4-fight winning streak inside the UFC. You cannot compare those two Dan MMA picks. That doesn't make any sense to do. Who wins, Brendan Allen or our Ian? Our Ian. I'm going to go with Brendan Allen. I think he wins it. Yo, Poo Poo Guru, give me a solid bet. No, that's okay. Bet on JDS, I'd say. Slowly but surely, you're getting more mainstream, not in a bad way. I predicted that last year, yeah. I don't know, people seem to tweet about what things I say, but then act like they don't watch, which is weird. I'm not just going after Weasel there, but Dan MMA seems to, not Dan MMA, Dan Hardy, sorry, seems to react to things, you know, differently. Like, it's just, you can very easily tell when someone's made a statement because they've been provoked to by something they've seen compared to just randomly making a statement. Like, Dan Hardy's statement after I made my little live stream was very, you know, he's definitely seen it and got some notice from me, you know. Guru has a boner for any white nationalist trash talker, aka Colby, Connor, and O'Malley. Just joking, no one at me. Okay, cool. What a retarded comment from you. Absolute disability. That's twice now, Herb. Clown. Very nice. I think I did it 6 times there rather than 5, but that's okay. How good do you think Yuri Alcantara actually was? I don't really know or care, to be honest with you, but thank you for the question. Yeah, don't really care. He has a good K. Let me find out who this guy is and jog my memory. 36-10 is a fucking credible record. This is the guy that lost to Corey Sandhagen. Isn't this the guy that almost submitted Corey Sandhagen as well? Had him in that armbar. That's somewhat decent. He beat Brian Kelleher as well. He might still be in the UFC. Why haven't we seen him over the past 2 years now? Get back in there, you old fuck. He's 40. Maybe he retired. Who knows? He probably did retire. But cool. It seems as though he got to the UFC a bit too late, though. But lost to good fighters, though. Jimmy Rivera, Brian Kelleher, Corey Sandhagen. Kelleher's not that level of fighter, but, you know, he's in the mix. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I'm talking, brother. Eddie Wineland was the WEC bantamweight champ. I know. Gito is easy money. He lost to Brian Kelleher. Interesting. Fun fact, Guru loves Pantoja up the bum. I don't like that at all. I'm talking, brother. Weasel is champ. I saw a comment the other day that made me chuckle so heavily. It was a hearty chuckle I had after this comment, after I read it. It was Mark Goddard. Hey, DC, close them fingers. Hold on, I'm poking, brother. It was one of the best comments layouts I've ever seen of that whole Tony Ferguson meme. Hold on, I'm poking, brother. It was the best thing I've seen. Akash Deep Hottie, thank you for the $2.80 in Canadian currency. The Canadian buckaroonies, $2.80. I appreciate you. Cheers, mate. Hope all is well. Thank you for the $2.80. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Dan Hardy gets pressed by Guru. He does. He knows this place, though. Anytime he steps out of line, like saying that if DC wins against Stipe, he'll be considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, but then doesn't even put DC on his top 10 heavyweights of all time list. You know, retardation from Dan Hardy. There is the second round. Vera is getting the second round sub. No, but maybe. Vera is getting this win. It's the split decision. I forgot a lot. It's true. Bloopers, you said that to me before. Okay, that was your own conversation. Don't you think that Cheeto plus 25 is plus 250 is disrespectful, though? Yeah, I do. But it doesn't change. If I think that it's a 50-50 and I'm kind of on the edge, like Dan Hardy versus Dustin Poirier, I couldn't believe how much they were disregarding Dan Hooker because I thought, not Dan Hardy versus Dustin Poirier, Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier. I couldn't believe how much they were disregarding Dan Hooker. So I'm like, listen, this could go either way. I think Hooker gets it done by knee out the middle in the second round. And he's a massive underdog on top of that. So it kind of supports my prediction. I don't use the bets to just decide my prediction. You know? If I think it's close and those odds are just, you know. I already thought that Dan Hooker was going to win. And by the way, if there were 10 seconds left in that second round, he would have done exactly as I said. But that's okay. I just think that Sean O'Malley still wins, and I'm not going to be swayed by imaginary odds because they don't really mean too much to me, you know. I need help on a parlay bet. I want to bet Stipe, Vera, Santos, Souza, and Werner. Cool. Seems like you've got your stuff. What do you need me to do? Say which ones are bad? I disagree with... But then if I switch them around, you're just going to make no fucking money. If I switch that to O'Malley from Vera, your parlay is going to be ruined. I don't agree with Souza or Werner, but you could go with both of them. So we'll see. I think that Herrig and Ashley Yoder both win their fights, to be honest with you. There's nothing more sexy than an indoor beanie wearing ginger, you single, you big stud. I am a single Pringle, ready to mingle. And I've got shingles because I don't go outside. Rosenstruik is the favorite, Lamau. That's a disgrace, but I thought that Junior Dos Santos is going to win. There's no way that Rosenstruik's actually... No, he is. He is a favorite. I knew that. He can't be much of a favorite, though. There's no way. I don't know why they would pick Rosenstruik. I just feel like JDS is going to completely double leg him in the first round and win. Haha. Do shingles come from not going outside? I don't know if they do. Let me check. I'm pretty sure shingles can come from rickets, which can come from vitamin D deficiency, if my biology is correct. Oh, no, it isn't. It's just... Main symptom of shingles is a painful blotchy rash on what... No, I don't know why I came out of shingles then. Maybe I was thinking of rickets or something. Help speed up your recovery from shingles if it's... I don't know. How do you get it, though? How do you catch shingles? Contact with fluid from the rash blisters. Most people who develop shingles have only one episode during their lifetime. Is it just another way... Oh, it's another strain of chickenpox. Oh, fucking baby fucking virus. Get the fuck out of here. Like, shingles can get bodied then. 100%. Late-term chickenpox. Listen, if you haven't had chickenpox, you just ain't even... I don't even think I've had it yet. I don't remember having it, but I might have done. I was about to say if you haven't had it, you're just a pussy, but I realize I don't think I've had it, so we'll see what goes on. Dan Hardy did a test to cut to 160. Are you ready for the resurrection of the GOAT? Am I ready? I'm assuming that means no. I'm not ready for it because it's not going to happen. If you have shingles. Okay, thanks. Extremely painful though. Thank you for your expertise, ex-bishop. I appreciate you. Which type are you, wearing face mask or not wearing face mask? I just don't go in shops, so I don't need one. You know, I really don't go out that much, guys. So I'm in no position to have to wear a face mask. Unless I'm at a customer's house hoisting a fucking chaise longue up a fucking 3 flight of stairs and I'm in their house, I won't wear. I'll wear one if I'm around older people. But yeah, I don't know. We're not even gonna fucking talk about that. Fuck you. Missed dono. Did I actually miss a dono? I bet I didn't. I bet I fucking didn't. I did. $3. Call me Touch CMT. Thank you for the $3. I appreciate you. Guru loves Viscera. Shout out to the Albino Jack. Okay, we're gonna look it up now because someone's actually donated it. Viscera. Okay. I will say this, though. Viscera, to tie this all back together, I don't know what I was going to say. It just said visceral shingles. So what does visceral mean? The visceral nervous system. That's so weird that those two things would tie together so weirdly like that, you know? You feel it in your guts. I know plenty of hoes around the street that have some visceral problems. The fight has been sponsored by Skittles. Nice. This fight, you can tell Guru doesn't go out. Look at the hue of his skin. I would not get that tan, though, even if I did go out, though. But I do go out. I get the sun. I go out in my garden a bit. But I do go out. But it's just, you know, I don't tan that well. So it's pretty cool. Dan Hardy versus Herb Dean in the octagon. Who wins? Catch weight. I go with Herb Dean. Frank A bet on Paige Vanzant. Guru is so white because he's never seen sunlight before. No, we have. We have seen sunlight before. I don't know why I spoke about myself in plural there, but that's strange. We're going to go with that, though. Ashley Yoder, hot as fuck. I was rather entertained by that weigh-in, in many a way. Just... But I was entertained by it, massively, all good. It was just a nice little weigh-in. Do you have an IG bloops? What about it, lol? Ashley Yoder, hot as fuck. My mouth, Lamau. Fights to make after Stipe KO's DC and Ngannou rematch or Jones. Ngannou. It has to be Ngannou because otherwise you're just going to hold up the division for too long. We need to do Derek Lewis versus Curtis Blades, Ngannou versus Stipe, and the loser of Blades versus Lewis versus the winner of Overeem versus Sakai. If it's Overeem. And then we'll try and figure things out from there, If it's Sakai, we just fucking tell him to shut the fuck up and do as he's told. Nat ain't got one. It's a long thing right now. Okay, interesting. Guru, how bad was your last month visceral ass shingle outbreak? Thank you for the $5, Brett Williams. I didn't even mean to start reading that out. I was going to say thank you for asking about my visceral ass shingle outbreak, but you donated in time to avoid me saying that. But I've just said it, though. I just said it anyway. So it's ruined now. Fucking idiot, man. What up, Guru? My English homie parlayed Burns and JDS $100 to win a $211. Little worried about JDS, but I think it cashes. That's a good parlay if it's got you 211 to win there. That seems like it shouldn't have got you that much. You parlayed Burns and JDS to get you that much money? Are you kidding me? It is in dollars, though, to be fair. Maybe. I don't know, though. Are you sure you didn't say Burns by submission or something? Find me, JT, money. Thank you for the $5, though, Brett Williams. I appreciate your muns. Thank you very much, good sir. I am just here to see if Guru is still talking about the Brunson stoppage. No, we haven't spoken about that yet today. O'Malley took a right hook clean to the chin. What about the Brunson stoppage? He should have been allowed to go on a little bit, but he was gassed out, so fuck it. No one cares. He didn't complain, so that means the stoppage is okay, apparently. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great weekend, dude. I didn't see Rosenstruik complaining about the stoppage against Ngannou. Just saying. No complaints doesn't necessarily mean good stoppage, because Rosenstruik wasn't too talkative after the Ngannou one. See a bro upload, though. Maybe. I don't know. I have nothing to upload because there's nothing to talk about because everything is boring right now in the MMA world. I'll be honest with you guys. You tried EA UFC 4? No, it looks exactly the same as EA UFC 3, so I'm not going to pay £60, £70 for the same game I bought a few years ago. No fucking point. Change the game or don't bring out a new one. Otherwise, I'm not fucking buying it. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. That's 2 times, Herb. I was talking to JT, not you, Guru. Shut the fuck up. Fights to look out for. Here's a good $50 parlay for some big JDS, Stipe, Burns, and Cheeto. Interesting parlay. Risen Struick took 4 unanswered shots after getting sent to the 5th dimension. Yeah, but he never complained about the stoppage afterwards. Even if he was out cold, doesn't matter. He never complained. It was a good stoppage. Guru, I just got back from the future O'Malley TKO's Vera round 2 and Stipe TKO's DC via punched in round 3. I have to correct. Too much. Thank you for the opinion, though, Jake Ramirez. I appreciate you. Ferguson impression? No. Hold on, I'm live streaming, brother. $2, T-Bone. Guru, what's cracking, buddy? Obrigado. Thank you very much for the Brazilian version of whatever that means. But thank you. I think it means thank you. But thank you for asking me what's cracking and also for giving me $2, T-Bone. I appreciate you, good sir. Round of applause for T-Bone in the chat, please. 2 + 2 is 4 - 1, that's 3. Quick maths. Everyday man's on the block. Small trees. See your girl in the park. That girl is a uckus. When the thing went quack, 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 you man were ducking. I don't like singing that. It's cringy, but you just made me do it, so good fucking job. Deontay Wilder would KO Francis Ngannou in MMA. Maybe. No, he wouldn't, no, at all. So shut the fuck up. I think Ngannou would slam him with one of the kicks that he hit JDS with, and Wilder would. Wilder's legs can't support a costume. They're not going to support a leg kick from Ngannou. There's no way. He'll get destroyed after one calf kick from Ngannou. I clearly felt a tap. Yes, he did indeed. What do you think about O'Malley's weight cut? I think it looked exactly the same as his other weight cuts. He's just a big guy for the division. News alert, O'Malley's a big bantamweight. I don't know why people are so surprised by this. Let me see his weigh-in at the other one that he had. UFC 250 weigh-ins. I wonder if O'Malley's going to look drawn out at the scales. Let's find out, guys. Oh, what do you know? He actually looks worse at UFC 250, so there's no point even discussing this. Look at him at 250. His eyes look gaunt at 250. He looks better this time around and bigger. But yeah, he does look drained out at 250, though. It's just something to be expecting from now on, I'd say. You know what I'm saying? O'Malley will bounce back fine. He's young. Yeah, I know. I think Rosenstruck won't break into the top 5. Almost every fight before Ngannou, he was getting mauled inside control. He loses until the last seconds of rounds. Yeah, it's true. But he's got that power, but I still think that JDS takes him down and just smashes his fucking face in. JDS has been in main events his whole life. I think this is his second time going 3 rounds in a fight. Interesting. That must be a nice bit of time off. He gets in the best shape possible for heavyweight so that they can give him a 3-rounder. That's pathetic. He should be ashamed. $2 from T-Bone. Thank you very much. I enjoy your videos, my friend. You're a funny guy. Thank you very much, T-Bone. Another round of applause in the chat for T-Bone. Thank you very much. Thank you, T-Bone. I appreciate your compliments. Remember that boy in year 8 when we caught him shagging his pencil case? I thought he was going to end at pencil. That's impossible. Case in maths, I wonder what he's doing now. Probably methamphetamine, I would say. That's probably what he's doing now in high doses. I'm going to knock you the fuck out. Thank you very much, EDT. Appreciate that. Wilder fights like a drunk octopus. Yes, he fights like a drunk amputee octopus because obviously there's no 8 legs. But, you know, that's what he fights like. Very correct indeed. O'Malley had an awful cut over his eye. I don't understand what you mean. Nate Diaz impression. He doesn't have good cuts to the weight class. Newsflash, he's 5'11" for bantamweight. Start saying, oh, Corey Anderson, wow, surprising. He didn't look good at the weigh-ins. Well, what? No, not Corey Anderson. Corey Sandhagen, Jesus. Nude female weigh-ins, maybe. If Dos Santos wins, he's going to be ranked number 551. No, he's going to be ranked number 5. One more fight, I think he should be fighting for a title then. Maybe he can take on... Maybe he can take on over him, and we can do a... I swear that's happened twice already. Let me check. I think it might have happened once, though. But I'm almost convinced it's happened more than once. Let me check. This is the clash. It might have happened once, though. Went over him, chinned him, and it was a bit of an early stoppage. Let me find out. No, it's only happened once. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. I like it. Let's do that one again. Rematch. I don't know why I had to chant that 3 times over, but let's do it. Let's make the rematch. I'm interested. Yeah, I thought he'd only fought him once. $2 for your CTE treatment. Thank you very much, EDT, for my CTE treatment. I'll take it. EDT for the $2. I appreciate you. Round of applause for EDT, please. Appreciate you. Got his game in my hand. I'll be cool. I'm not going to start rapping shit. Fuck off. I think Sean sleeps Cheeto. I think that as well, but we're not very popular in that opinion, so who knows? What do you think about the top 5 lightweight division? They're savages. They're just savages. I think that one of them's named Khabib. The next one's named Poirier. One after that's probably Gaethje. Named him. But Gaethje's the interim champ, so he's above Poirier, I guess. Then the one after that is Tony Ferguson, and that's him. And then the one after that is McGregor, and then it's Dan Hooker. But that's what I think about him. I think that they're those guys. Thank you for the question, though. Appreciate that. I hope I gave you a real in-depth answer that you were looking for. People are so stupid, Guru. They think fighters need to look like models during weigh-ins. Of course, they all look like shit. They're cutting 15 pounds, idiots. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. I just think that a lot of people, when they're starting to doubt their prediction, they start laying in some escape plans, just chuck that in there. McGregor looks like this. Oh, this guy looks like this on this fight here. This might happen, Look at what this guy said happened in camp, and they could just chuck in all of these different things, and just judge a fight the way you think it happens, because once the bell rings and they're fighting each other, they're fighting each other. So the better fighter wins regardless of what happened 24 hours prior. $2 from Trevor Macy. Unless obviously there's a serious situation. Like Aspin Lad probably shouldn't have got in a cage against Jermaine Durandamy, you know? Thank you for the $2 though, Trevor Macy. I appreciate you. I don't know why $2 is the most frequent donation, but I'll take that. I really will. Thank you very much. $2. Khabib versus GSP in their prime. Who would win? Yeah, Khabib. Khabib would win. But that's not fair to say. That is just not a fair question. And you cannot judge anything on current pound for pound or GOAT rankings because of that. Unless they're even. Then you can take into consideration when they started doing things and what era were they in. But obviously Khabib would beat GSP because GSP was fighting guys who had no idea what underhooks were. But who knows? What's next for Max Holloway? Lightweight division, maybe? Maybe. But here's what I will say, though. Prime GSP might beat the Khabib that showed up before his layoff. Before he really started making a run at things, when he was on the come-up, GSP might have beaten him back then. But I think Khabib's rounded out his game a bit more now, you know. $2, make you holler. Thank you very much for the $2. I appreciate you, good sir. What's next for Max Holloway? Lightweight division, maybe? No. Probably. It's probably going to be, I would say, I genuinely don't know who it's going to be. I just don't know who it's going to be. So, what did I just read? Sorry. If you had to fight a UFC fighter, who would it be? I'll go with Jessica I. Free win. I'll take it. Chavez, Max and Katara fighting. Look it up. Yeah, I know. It's been scheduled for September 12th or something, correct? The main event. There was just rumors, though, so we'll see what's going on. Everyone fights everyone in the heavyweight division. It's a revolving door. Yeah, I know. Punk, Cowboy versus Nico. I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm feeling Nico right now, but I really don't know. I might go with Cerrone. Paul the Baboon Felder. Valentina versus Jermaine. Who you got? I would say that I would have Valentina winning that fight by submission. I actually think that Valentina's got a bit more dominant of a ground game than Nunes. Nunes seems to be too patient on the ground. Like she's not in any... When Valentina gets you to the ground, she's immediately looking to pass into a position where she can inflict crazy amounts of damage and get a TKO, or just get an immediate submission. But Nunes seems to take girls down and just kind of rest there for a bit, you know? So I'll probably say Shevchenko. If it goes to a decision, DC will win, no doubt. Oh, yeah, because that's what we noticed in the second fight, didn't we? DC was the one winning as the fight went on. Yeah, great prediction, Chrissy J. What's the doctor? What? Chrissy J, come on. What have your fucking doctors told you about thinking too hard? You stop your thinking. We know it's bad for you, okay? Listen to your doctors. Too much of that thinking, not good. Alexander versus Max free prediction. I think Max wins next time. Oh, no, DC could win a decision, though, on all honesty. I know I just tore you to shreds a little bit there, but DC could win by decision. It depends how dominant his early rounds are, though, I'd say. But we'll see. DC would have won, you bum. Oh, if he didn't walk into all of those punches? Oh, well then, you know, Alvarez would have won if he didn't get knocked down by McGregor a bunch of times. That's how we'll judge fights from now on. Yeah, that's just how it is. Herbert Burns got another one to take a shit on. No, but DC can win by decision, but I think his only way of winning by decision is to get all of his work done early. Like to maybe get a dominant first, then a second. I don't see him winning the last 2 rounds. I don't see him winning 4 or 5, in all honesty. He was up on the card, you bum. Yes, that's still equivalent to what I'm saying right now. Dumb cunts. Do you understand? How that's exactly the same as what I'm saying right now. He was up on the cards because he was up in the early rounds. And by the way, only 3 of the rounds had been judged by then. So I don't think you can accurately say he was up on the cards. Okay? Only 3 of those rounds had been judged. Round 2 could have gone to Stipe anyway. So saying he was up on the cards when 3 of them had been scored doesn't really mean anything, because the 4th would have been scored to Stipe, and we would have been looking at maybe 2-2 or maybe 3-1, depending on what judge you are, going into the 5th round where Stipe was doing better than DC the round before. I understand. Alexander versus Max, free prediction. Oh, yeah, I read it and didn't answer. Volkanovski wins. I think he's got more to improve on than Holloway. Even though he's an older guy, he's way less experienced than Holloway in those situations. But I think that Holloway is just kind of... He's fought dumb against Volkanovski. I watched the fight again. He's genuinely dumb. And I think honestly, Holloway is a very great fighter. Amazing fighter, but maybe it's not Holloway. His cornermen are lying to him. They must be lying to him. There's no way they're not lying to him. They must be lying to him. It doesn't make any sense, you know? So we'll see what goes on. Because there's no way he could have been that relaxed in the 5th round, acting like he's mocking Volkanovski. And I'm thinking to myself, hang on, make sure you win this round. Don't joke around going for outside trips in the 5th round and get reversed. Like, it just... I understand. They must be lying to him about who wins the rounds. If it's even close, tell your fighter they lost the fucking round. If the UFC shut down and they had one final card, who would be your co-main and main? One final card. You'd have to have McGregor on there versus Masvidal. One final card. McGregor versus Masvidal with the BMF championship on the line. And then the co-main event would be Jones versus Ngannou, if that could all come to fruition over the next few months. And that would be the co-main event. And the third fight down the line would be Jessica Eye versus Cynthia Calvillo too, most likely. Thank you for $5, EJ. Why do you think there isn't more Thai fighters in the UFC? Because they're too busy in Star Wars. I'm joking. Brazil with Jiu-Jitsu, Russians with Sambo, etc. But Muay Thai is very underrepresented in MMA. It's not at all, though. You don't see more Thai fighters in the UFC because no one who is a specific style of fighter just goes out there and looks like a Thai fighter, other than maybe Khalil Roundtree. But look what happens to Khalil Roundtree. He fights like a Thai fighter. He fights light on his lead leg. Ion Kutalaba drags him up by his single leg and destroys him with ground and pound. There are Thai fighters in the UFC, but no one just 100% emulates the style that they prefer. There are Thai elements to everyone in the game right now. There's jiu-jitsu elements, but very few people just stick to that one style. And I don't think you can do that as a stand-up guy. You can't even do that as a grappler and be successful. But there are a lot of Thai fighters. I mean, how many fighters do we know that spend almost their entire training camp over at Tiger Muay Thai? There's so many of them now that just fly over there just to get Thai training in, you know? Thank you for the $5, though, EJ. I appreciate your comments. And question. Thank you very much for the $5, EJ, my man. If Pineda is on PED, Burns will lose for sure. Maybe. Read the comments in an Nate Diaz voice. No, I'm good. People say Reyes beat Jones, but Reyes did not beat... All right, we got a retard. People say that Reyes beat Jones, but Reyes did not beat Jones. To beat the champ, you have to really beat that, and it's a bannable offense immediately, and there he goes. He's in timeout for 300 seconds. Thank you for explaining to us random clips. I couldn't quite understand what your message was, but I think it was something on the lines of... And I don't quite speak fluent in retard, but I think you were trying to communicate to us by saying that those words were what... By saying those words, I think you actually communicated with us, I am a retard. Call me one, because I don't know what I'm talking about, and I sound like Rashad Evans. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for your idiocy. It's great to just humiliate someone publicly. It's great stuff. Akashdeep Hotsy, thank you for the Canadian $4. Thoughts on the weigh-in and... Thoughts on the weigh-in, any big stayaways? Not really. I didn't like that TJ Brown missed weight because it shows that he had a bad weight cut because he was close. I don't like when guys get close. If you're going to miss weight, at least show me that you're off by a lot. That means you just didn't try. If you're close and you miss weight, you've tried to get there, and it hasn't worked. So I'm worried about TJ Brown. That's mainly it. Everyone else I feel like I'm pretty confident with. More confident with Miocic. More confident with O'Malley. Yeah, I bet that's about it. TJ Brown's worrying, though, because he's against a guy in Danny Chavez who's got ridiculous KO power in the first round. So struggling with a weight cut might not be the best thing the day before. I will still be going with TJ Brown because he's just a superior grappler, though, in my opinion. And thank you, Bailey Wright, for another $5. I appreciate you so much. Bailey Wright for the $5 Canadian. What do you think of parlay? Stipe O'Malley and JDS, $100 to bet to win $520. I would 100% do that right now if that's actually the actual odds that you've been given for that, because that doesn't sound reasonable whatsoever. Definitely make that parlay. 100%. Jesus Christ. If Stipe can, like, maybe build a rocket or fight a mummy or climb up. Very funny indeed. Do you think Shabazian will come back as the same killer, or he is done? He'll be the same guy, but it just depends on who he comes back against. You know? If he comes back against Eric Anders, he'll probably beat the shit out of him in the first round. But maybe not. Who knows? But I reckon he would beat guys below him still. Not too many guys below him, because he's jumped over some Antonio Carlos Juniors and some other guys I think would give him problem, in some Akhmedovs and Vittoris. But I think if he jumps back in there against a guy who's coming off a loss outside the rankings, he'll 100% beat him. I have special needs. If you mock me, as sue you. I don't care. Thanks. Haha, got you. Haha, got your spit everywhere. Nice job. I think Romero should fight Edmund next. Who would you want to replace Dana White when he retires? Someone's retracting their messages above you. Sorry. Oh, money, man. Fuck you, dude. Can be anyone, not just someone high in the UFC. Replace Dana White when he retires. James Vick, 100%. He seems to be all there in the head. T-Bones, $2. Thank you very much for the $2. Diopich looks more ripped than ever. Do you agree? Yes, I do agree. I do agree. Thank you for the comment. And $2, T-Bone. I do agree with you. If you're paying me $2 for me to agree with you, I've agreed with you. I do think he looks more ripped than ever. I wouldn't say than ever. If you actually look at Miocic back in his early days of his career, when he was still in his prime on the come-up, he looked in ridiculously good shape some fights, but he is in the best shape I've seen him over his past. He's in better shape than I've seen him in the past 2 DC fights, 100%. And I'd say against the fights before that as well. But in the fights before that, he was facing different opponents. So he's in the best shape he can be for a DC matchup, I would say. I don't think he's in the best shape we've ever seen him in, because against a guy like Ngannou, I'd like for him to bulk up to 245 or something, so he has a bit more strength behind him, you know? But we'll see. Lol, thank you for the $2, though, T-Bone. I appreciate you. Homer Simpson. Nice. How long? Long time before Dana retires, lol. Long time. I don't see him doing it for a while. It was over. You still haven't done nothing. Thank you very much. Get a BMF belt and give it to your BB bro. Don't know what that means. Thank you very much. Which fighter style in the 155-pound division do you think that would beat a guy like Curtis Blades at heavyweight? Oliveira by leg lock or something. Just randomly getting a leg lock off. Or Ferguson going for an Imanari roll and getting it, you know? Something like that. I don't see anyone in the stand-up department hanging with a guy like Curtis Blades. So it'd have to be someone who's got quick jiu-jitsu, submission, you know? So yeah, sounds right. Thank you. Over under Stipe DC. I don't care. Over 2.5 rounds. I think that Stipe is going to KO him in the third round TKO, middle of the third round. Guru is on Jeffrey Epstein's flight log. That's not true. I was the pilot. Joey Diaz versus Brian Callum, 3 minutes, 1 round. Who wins? 3 minutes, 1 round. Joey Diaz would be dead. Joey Diaz almost dies whilst laughing. Like, a lot of people say that I'm dying of laughter. Joey Diaz might actually die of laughter. He might be the first person to actually die of laughter. So I would go with Brian Callen telling a joke within the first 5 seconds that makes Joey Diaz chuckle. Then Joey Diaz enters cardiac arrest and puts himself in a Volante choke against Brian Callen on the ground. Thank you very much. Do you think Philly beats Mitchell, and how? I don't think Philly beats Mitchell. I think if Sadiq Youssef can do what he did to Andre Philly by controlling him in those positions, I think that Bryce Mitchell can control him and do one better. So I think that Mitchell's actually going to win. I don't think Philly beats him, but we'll see. Philly could beat him, though. He really could, but yeah. I've seen Philly taken down by Sadiq Youssef. And as much as Sadiq Youssef has good grappling, that's not his thing. And if Sadiq Youssef can fall back to a grappling skill, because on the feet, I mean, Andre Philly was doing really good on the feet against Sadiq Youssef. If he can fall back to his plan B of grappling and beat Andre Philly, I think the plan A grappling of Bryce Mitchell is going to be way better, and I think he'll get it done. Thank you. Nick Diaz forgot who his brother was yesterday. Turns out he forgot who Nate was, and it resulted in a fight. He has been diagnosed with dementia and CTE. His days are limited. That's not true. But thank you for the information. Cerrone versus Price, who wins? I don't know, man. I'm feeling Cerrone, though. I'm feeling Cerrone. It's just so fucking annoying because he's going to get chinned or something. I just hate it, man. It's hard not to pick against... It's hard to pick against Cerrone, and it's hard to pick for Cerrone in other certain circumstances. I wouldn't be surprised if Cerrone somehow beats him. I really wouldn't, and I could see that happening so clearly. But who knows, man? All I know is that Cerrone's known that he's had a fight for the past month or two. He's been posting that he's been in training camp. Nico Price has only just got the call with a month to go. So I don't know. I think Nico Price KOs Cowboy in a weird way, similar to how he beat Randy Brown. Maybe. Actually, I could actually see that happening. I don't see him just smacking Cowboy with a big shot on the feet and KOing him, but maybe in a weird position, Cerrone gets caught with something. But I'd say Cerrone maybe. I don't know. You could still make more. Give it to the homeless. I don't know what you're talking about. Have you ever trained or competed in MMA? No. I've competed in aspects and trained in aspects, but never MMA as a whole. Do you think Paul Felder would have beaten Mike Perry if he had a full camp and didn't break his arm in round 1? Yeah. Yeah, I would have. I'd say so. 100%. I thought you were talking about Cerrone for a second there. I was like, Cerrone broke Perry's arm. But yeah, Paul Felder 100% would beat Perry. Full camp, not breaking his arm in the first round. Yeah. What are you talking about? Philly out-wrestled Yusuf. But Yusuf had great moments against Philly in the grappling as well, though. And I wouldn't say anyone out-wrestled anyone in that one. Both guys had good grappling, but Yusuf had success in the grappling. Are you ignoring that was a fact in that fight? Yusuf did have success in the grappling. He was able to hold, at times, Andre Philly in side control, half guard, deep half. Had some good positions on Andre Philly. I'd say if Bryce Mitchell can get to that same side control, he's going to do something with it where Sadiq Yusuf couldn't. So I'll go over Bryce Mitchell. BJ Penn versus Conor McGregor. Why'd I even think? I just realized who you just said. BJ Penn. McGregor would lose. Win. Sorry, I didn't say that. McGregor would win. I would win against BJ Penn. 226 people are in this live chat. 200... let me lower that number. 226 people are in this live chat. 122 of them would beat BJ Penn in a fight. If they were drunk in a bar at Miami, they would beat them 100% in my opinion. Do you remember what the first UFC fight you watched was? No, I don't remember what the first one I watched was. I know the first MMA one was like Shogun, but it was all highlights back then. But the first UFC fight I watched, I really couldn't say. I was watching highlights before I watched fights. I got into it through highlights on YouTube back in the day. You know, I used to pay attention to championship wins. So it would have been a championship fight, but I don't know who it would have been. The first fight I sat down and watched live. Live is different. I never used to watch them live. I used to check them afterwards. But I don't know. We'll see. I saw Stipe with some nice clinch work in the embedded. Yeah. DC looked calm during the stare down, but he is nervous. But on the surface, he looks nice. O'Malley actually claimed he would beat Conor McGregor. Fucking clown. I mean, this is why O'Malley has over 1 million followers so quickly. So, keep saying what you're saying, dude. Good job. Stio pitched by TRT. Yeah. I don't think he's on TRT, though. Thank you. What he wrote down. Have you ever been to a UFC event? Nope, I have not. I'm not going to go to a UFC event and not have good tickets. That's just my opinion. I don't understand the people that go to a UFC event and sit right at the fucking back. You know? Like, it's just... First of all, the camera is closer to the fighters than the audience is anyway, so everyone at home has a better view as it is. I'm only going to go to a UFC event if it's a big one and if I'm close to the start, because I don't see the point otherwise. But thank you, though. Lewis Hall, $5. Thank you so much. Do you think that Gaethje's style would work in higher weight divisions? I would say so. I would say no. I would say no. I wouldn't say so. I'd say no. I think that in welterweight, he'd be against some tough wrestlers that would probably do better than him in that division. But I don't think Gaethje's style would hang up a division, especially when you're a pace setter. If you're a pace setter, please don't move up in a division because, you know, you're going to try and set that same pace up 10 pounds, and I just don't think that's a great idea. But Gaethje could work out at 170. I think he'd beat RDA at 170. I think he would beat Rafael dos Anjos at 170. I'd say that with confidence as well. But I think he would lose to the top guys, in my opinion. Dan's so mad. It's just a different frame. That 15-pound jump, you talk about 45 is going to 55. It's different. 35 to 45, flyweight to bantamweight. These are understandable. You start jumping up the 15-pound differences. It's not just the same person with a bit more muscle mass or fat on them. It's just like a different person, like a different frame. Like you got Leon Edwards walking around 6'1", you know? He's a big boy. He might not be 6'1", but he's a tall, rangy guy. Usman, 6 foot and not thin, you know? Like, it's a different people up there. Did Conor say it's only business? I don't know. I think he did. But I don't know what he said. He could have said, quit your bitching, only bitching, something like that. Someone else had something the other day. If you're in the chat right now, someone said something that actually sounded quite a lot like it. So someone put that in the chat. Someone said, you know who you are. We were speaking the other day. Someone said something that McGregor could have said. And it sounded a lot like that. Yes, he did. But he probably said it's only business. But I don't think he said that as in, now I'm going to give up and let you win. I don't think that was a bad thing. He's only business after he won a round against Khabib, because it's not like he was getting destroyed. $5! Salamander Man, thank you very much. The atmosphere at a live event is unmatched. My first live event was UFC 239. Thank you for the $5 to explain that to me. I appreciate it. I'm so glad that UFC 239 was your first live event. UFC 239 was the card of MMA Trivia. John Jones versus Thiago Santos. Yes, it was. And it was followed up by the worst pay-per-view of all time, UFC 240. Crazy. Jones versus Santos. Yeah, that was the Masvidal Askren KO. Cool. What do you think about Herbert Burns wearing sunglasses at the weigh-in? Cool. Sounds good. Thank you for $5. I appreciate you, Salamander Man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. How do you think Michael Chandler does it against the top 15? I don't think he beats any top 5. I'd say he beats... Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I don't think he beats the top 5, but I think he beats the top 15 guys. Like, I reckon he could go out there and crack Drew Dober and maybe beat him. You're biased with Stipe? I'm not, though. How can you look at... If anyone's biased here, it's the people that's fucking picking DC in this fight. I swear to God. If anyone's biased, it's fucking them. Because everyone I've seen pick DC just talks about how much they like DC and want him to win. Like, it's just... There doesn't seem to be any logic behind the prediction for that, you know? People say he's winning, like Brendan said, he was winning every minute of that fight until the last minute of the 4th round. He could have lost the 2nd round, so no, he fucking wasn't. You know? It just doesn't make any sense. The 3rd round was close as well. You know? The 4th round, he was winning the entire thing pretty much. I was sparring with a torn ankle, man. It felt like I was stuck in the mud almost. I couldn't trail power, so I always threw jabs and left hooks. Nice. All my Jewish Roo, thank you very much. DC has that fan base, he does. Remember my name. I will not at all. In fact, I'll ban you for spamming it so much. Don't do that, because I was trying to read something above and it just disappeared off the screen. Banned for 300 seconds. Thank you very much for allowing me to do such a thing. What do you think pulls more pay-per-view, Jorge or Khabib versus Conor? Oh, Jorge or Khabib versus Conor. I'd say Masvidal versus McGregor. I don't think so. I'd say that Khabib versus McGregor 2 makes more pay-per-view. Because it's something about someone who's beaten McGregor before that just changes the perspective of it. So I actually think Khabib McGregor 2 would do better numbers. Because much as Masvidal's a big name in the sport, Khabib has over 20 million Instagram followers. Like, it's a different ball game. I know Masvidal can generate some pay-per-view buys, but how many Instagram followers does Masvidal have? I want to say 2 million. 2.4 million. It's a lot of followers. It's just not... It's different stuff, you know? Khabib... How many does Khabib have? 21.1 million. And McGregor is at the top with 36.7. That's crazy that he has 36.7. But it's also so low of a number. It makes you remember how little... I think a lot of people think everyone... I don't have social media. And I think a lot of people think everyone has it. But they just don't at all. Because everyone knows Conor McGregor. But only 36.7 million people follow him. That's not even England. You know? That's not even England. England's like, what, 50-something million, maybe 60 coming up to. Hardy's so mad responding on Twitter. He won't give up that easy. No, he won't. No, shut up, dude. MMA math doesn't work. Okay, cool. I don't know what that was in relation to, but thank you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I think McGregor should have gotten a point taken away in round 3 for multiple cheating tactics. I would say maybe a warning, but the fact that we didn't get a warning was the only thing that kind of annoyed me, because there was definitely something going on. But taking a point away, I think you should only really take a point away if it affects something, you know? Like, although McGregor was doing some weird tactics, it's not like he was gouging Khabib's eyes out or kicking him in the groin or grabbing onto the fence and like completely changing the position because of it. And he would have got taken down, but the fence saved him. Like, that just wasn't happening. Like, his toes were in the cage a couple times, which tends to happen to every single fight there is. And then he grabbed the gloves a couple times. You know? Like, I don't think that's enough to take a point away immediately, to be honest with you. Khabib's fan doesn't buy pay-per-views. Masvidal's fans do. Yeah, I'd imagine so. But I'd also tell you that Masvidal's fans are the same as Conor's fans on the majority of the spectrum in terms of American fan bases. Every American that would buy a Masvidal pay-per-view would buy a McGregor one, I'd say. So I'd say you'd be tapping into a different market with Khabib, which is why the first one did so much between them. You know? $2 from T-Bone again. Thank you very much, T-Bone. Conor versus Ferguson, you think? Yeah, I'd like that to happen. I'd like McGregor versus Poirier or Ferguson to happen. I don't want to see Poirier versus Ferguson made. Although it would be an amazing fight, I just want to see McGregor get a fight against one of them, because it's just annoying me that they want to just give him a title shot. And he just hasn't earned it, in my opinion. He needs one more. At least one more. If it's against those two people. If he fights someone else, you're going to need another one. You can't beat Nate Diaz and get a title fight. It just doesn't. Nate Diaz is not good, and he's not a title elimination bout, you know? Conor literally has Ireland. Ireland's way over that. I mean, way under that, sorry. Ireland's about, what, 7 million? I want to say 6 point something million. Ireland population. 4.9 million. Okay, never mind. I was way under. Oh, I was including Northern Ireland as well. That is the 6 million, 7 million I was thinking of. But yeah, Ireland itself has 4.9 million. So Khabib was wrong when he said Ireland 6 million. Just saying. How was your pick in Khabib versus Conor? He was judging Northern Ireland as Ireland, which they could be soon. Who knows if they're retarded. Over Holloway versus Ferguson, who wins? I'd say that Ferguson wins. Ferguson would beat Holloway, I'd say. Doing enough damage early to beat him, I'd say as well. I think Holloway would lose to Ferguson. I just noticed that there's a difference in terms of the damage. And I think that's a huge step up. Featherweight to lightweight is a huge step up in damage that's able to be produced by someone. And I think Ferguson front kicking you is just very, very different from the Korean Zombie front kicking you. Like, it's just a different force and power. Like, these 155ers can compete at 170. You know? Dangerous stuff. Holloway versus Hooker, who wins? I'd say I actually don't mind Holloway's chances there. In a 5-rounder, Holloway might win that one, in all honesty. But well, it depends, actually, because I don't think Holloway could do as much damage as Poirier did to Hooker. But a 5-rounder would be interesting. 3-rounder, Dan Hooker all day. Dan Hooker beats almost anyone in a 3-round fight, but, you know. There was an illegal knee on the ground by McGregor to Khabib's face to avoid being Kimura. Stopped with a bias. It wasn't an illegal knee. It was a jump up, but it landed on the face. But don't act like he won't address it. That's not me not addressing it. I just didn't mention it once. But AA is just a retard, so it's all good. It was an illegal knee, but it's not like he smashed him in the face with a fucking John Jones, Anthony Smith knee. Can we calm down, please? He was on his back. He bucked to disguise it, but it was a knee to the face. I agree with you. But it did not stop him from getting the Kimura. I really disagree with that. It's not like Khabib had a Kimura in like this and the knee stopped it from happening. That's just not the case. He bucked on bottom, landed a knee, which is very bad. Should have had a point taken away, probably. But it's not like he saved himself from a Kimura with it, though. He was on the Kimura. I don't think he was on the Kimura. The knee did not take him out of it. If the knee took him out of it, then Khabib's a real pussy. That knee should not have taken him out of Kimura then. The knee landed so hard it gave up Khabib's double grip on one arm as a Kimura. No, it didn't. Conor cheated the entire fight. He didn't. He grabbed the gloves a couple times. and he landed a knee while he was on bottom. He didn't cheat the entire fight whatsoever. Ban this clown. Oh, well, it's just retardation, and he spams everything, so we'll just ban him. Just retardation. It's not like he was about to get Kimuras. You're so biased, what the fuck? I'm literally not, though. You're just retarded. You genuinely are. This is what AAA does. He makes a massive statement on one thing. Then I disagree with how much he exaggerates his statement, and then he argues levels below his exaggeration. So he'll argue to me on his original statement that Conor McGregor was about to get Kimura'd by it was in. Khabib was going to Kimura McGregor, and he saved himself by illegally kneeing him. And then he'll argue with me over whether the illegal knee landed or not. That's not the argument. I know it landed, but you said that was the reason why the Kimura didn't go in. It wasn't that whatsoever. It's not like Khabib was about to wrench his arm off and the little knee that McGregor landed completely stopped that from happening. That's just not the case. But it was an illegal knee and he should have a point taken away. But AA is just too fucking dumb to argue with because he makes a statement that he knows is wrong to bait me into an argument, and then he argues the level below his original statement, which is just if the knee landed, which I agree with, but he'll somehow then say that he's winning an argument because he's fucking retarded. Some dude spelt bias like biased. Okay. Nice. That's pretty good. Hardy's so mad responding on Twitter, but he won't give up that easy. No, shut up, dude. Would you rather have Clay Guida French kiss a Mexican horse or see Ion Cutelaba riding a hippo in arseless chaps? It was a hard knee, bro. It was a hard knee. Let me check it again. Because it wasn't about to stop a Kimura from landing, and it wasn't a massive hard knee that, like, rocked Khabib or landed real big. Let me check. McGregor, illegal, knee to Khabib. Wow, it's a recommended thing. Let me check it. This is the video. Where's the knee? This one here. Here we go. Boom. He wasn't on the Kimura. That was an illegal shot, though, for sure. But he hasn't got that Kimura in, and the knee saved him from the Kimura because he's still going for the same Kimura after the knee lands. He doesn't even lose the Kimura from the knee. This is why you can't argue with AAA. Because you'll argue something ridiculous. That's exactly what I broke down. Still no warning. The judge is literally pulling his toes out of the cage. And he's saying still no warning. But whatever. This video is biased. But this knee landed. Let me check it again. Puts it in the cage. Switches his legs around. Where's the knee? Show the knee. Here we go. Here we go. No, they didn't show it that time. How fucking retarded. Here we go. Boom. It landed, but it landed with the top of the thigh. It didn't land with the point of the knee or anything, but it was an illegal knee. You should have got a warning at least, you know? At least a warning, or at least a point taken away. But it wasn't so fucking bad. Like, calm the fuck down. Stephen Cotois, thank you for the $5. Rolling with your picks tomorrow, win or lose. I appreciate the in-depth analysis. You don't have time to do the research. I don't have time to do the research you'll provide pro bono. Thank you for the $5, Stephen Contour. I appreciate you so much, Contour. I'm assuming it's Stephen Contour. I appreciate your $5, good sir. Thank you so much. Let's go Very. He took the knee in the face. Yeah, but it landed with the top of his knee, like the meat of the fire. You know? That's like Lando versus Bobby Green wasn't even controversial that he landed that knee because it landed with the same position. McGregor did it off bottom. You guys want to fucking act like he didn't get Kimura because of that? Khabib had a closer Kimura after that knee happened. I understand. It's all good, though. People just lie. Why are people so bothered? Khabib won. Why is everyone getting triggered like he lost? Because they can't take that it was in any way close. Because Khabib to them is just a personal blowjob practice dummy. That is honestly how the Khabib fans work. Like they just can't accept any closeness. So they're going to somehow blame the third round, Khabib losing the third round, on that knee that happened while he was on bottom. You know? It's just crazy. He landed a knee on bottom. Cool. It did nothing. It didn't lose the Kimura like AAA was trying to complain earlier at all. I'm not a McGregor apologist. It was a knee. He should have got a warning for it, or at least maybe a point taken away if he would have got a warning at first from the glove grabs. That would have been 2 warnings and a point taken away. But to act like that's the only reason it was close is just retarded. If you could squeeze a fart out of one of fighter's face, who would it be? And could you let a little poop out? I don't understand what that question is, but thank you very much. Khabib versus Alvarez. I'm going to go with Khabib 100%. Don't even ask that question ever again. Thank you very much. You bought t-shirts of mine, Guru, you glass jaw. Rah! Thank you. I did not buy t-shirts of yours whatsoever. But there's something in my mustache. There isn't anything. It's itching me. Know what I'm saying? That's really annoying when there's something not even there, but you're itching. So there's no cure. There's genuinely no cure from itching it. Fanboy, this man was a fanboy. Imagine if the fighters would be allowed to do that, it would change the game. If they were allowed to land knees off bottom, it really would change the game. But he was arguing that he lost to Cormier and everything. Lol, you are projecting everything you're saying. You really banned me for telling you about the knee and then admit it landed. No, that's not the case whatsoever. I literally admitted that the knee landed. I said that from the beginning. AA, you're too retarded to argue with. Like, it's genuinely, like, that's why I ban you. I'll argue with someone all day on my stream. That's kind of the point of the streams. But you're just so retarded. You make a retarded statement. You bait me in to argue with you. And then you downgrade your statement and argue on that instead. Like, the illegal knee from Conor McGregor stopped the Kimura that Khabib was about to rip on him. I say, no, it didn't stop that. The illegal knee didn't stop that. Lol, he didn't land a knee. This guy is so biased. He said he didn't land a knee. It's just retardation from AAA. And there's no point. While he yells out to Hey Dana to embarrass. Okay, so this is personally you against McGregor then. That's all that proved. Thank you for your last few sentences. Massive ginger nonce on the screen. Thank you very much. Do you think soccer kicks 12 to 6 elbows and knees to the face on the ground should be legal? No. I think it'd just be a mess. We've established a sport this far, but 12 to 6 elbows, I don't even mind as long as they're not to the back of the head. I don't mind 12 to 6 elbows though, in all honesty. Like if they're to the face, like it's exactly the same as it might be even. So I think 12 to 6 would be more awkward than punching someone in the face. Honestly, it might be. So I don't think they would generate even as much force. Like them saying that the 12 to 6 is too dangerous because of how much force it can generate. Like the back of your elbow, although you can get some force behind it, it's not that bad, you know, compared to a punch or an elbow straight on. I like Guru getting pissed off. Yeah, I know. That's what you do every stream. You bait me. You got me, though. Guru, getting your last 5 main event picks wrong in a row. How do you look at yourself in the mirror? It's not true. I got Davison right against Figueiredo. That happened a few events ago. In fact, I think it happened 2 events ago. Yeah. Lewis versus Olenek. Till versus Whitaker. Or was Till versus Whitaker before? Let me check. Oh, yeah, Brunson versus Sparzian. So, yeah, 4 fights, 4 cards ago. So, I've only got my last 3 main events wrong in a row. And before that, I got Figueiredo, I got Qatar. So, before that, I got 3 main events in a row. All 3 of them, correct. So, now I've got 3 wrong. It all of a sudden means I've got my last 5 wrong. Crazy. Damn, 235 people here. I know it's crazy, dude. But I'll see you later. Goodbye. Guru picks all favorites on the last card besides Ole and missed 4. Acts like he's a genius. But I was quite genius, though. I often pick a lot of underdogs, though, so I don't think I'm the guy to really call a fucking favorite bias guy. I pick a lot of underdogs overall. That's usually why I get a lot of things wrong. Yeah, I don't think I'm the guy to come after for the picking favorites kind of thing. Although I might have done that last card, that's typically not what I do. I'll pick a couple underdogs. I mean, look at this next card coming up, 251. Stipe is, although the odds are pretty much even, considered the underdog. I picked O'Malley. JDS is the underdog. John Dodson's the underdog. Picked him. Look at the prelims. Felice Herrig's the underdog. Picked her. Ashley Yoda's the underdog. Picked her. But, you know, no one cares because that's just common sense. Goodbye. No place for common sense on YouTube. Tiddle pip. Subscribe to Guru. Thank you very much, D-Sync. I appreciate you. I don't know why you spam that. It's so pointless. But thank you, though. I appreciate you. It's working. It's just it would work maybe if you posted it with a smile rather than a straight face looking like you're done with life, you know? Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Goodbye, everyone. Toodle pip. See you later.